Yeah, hello, good evening. Welcome to KDL TV live show today from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Obviously, for the discussion around the results of the Mwanyagetinge elections, which I'm sure is being waited by pretty much everybody very anxiously. Just as a footnote, this broadcast and analysis is brought to you thanks to KDL TV in partnership with our colleagues DC Diaspora Care, transforming healthcare for diaspora members and their loved ones across the country. So, to demonstrate the seriousness of this, we have assembled a number of experts and respected members of the Kenyan diaspora community to engage us in what we hope to be a very insightful discussion before we get a report from the Commission. So, with us today, we have our great friend to the show, Dr. Edwin Bogongo. We love you, Edwin. Glad that the system is working for you today. We also welcome Dr. Dennis London. He was with us last time, obviously, with his very insightful contribution. He's going to make that known here as well. And we're also very honored to welcome to the show Dr. Pam Mugaka, joining us from Michigan. Very popular on social media, and she's doing tremendous work for the Kenyan, particularly Omogusi community in the US. So we're absolutely honored to have her as well. Momentarily, we'll be joined with another panelist, Sarah Okindo. She's a legal friend here. She will be joining us. And to demonstrate the seriousness of what we are doing here in Minnesota and across the country, we'll be joined with Nana and our colleagues at Egesa FM, so that to make sure that we drive the Omogusi narrative in a most positive way. So before we get into the discussion, I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank the candidates who were engaged in these elections, right from the presidential level to all levels. Thank you for all you've done. I want to also thank the campaign teams. I think without you, the campaigns could not have generated such a kind of excitement that we have. We want to thank you very, very kindly for all you've done. I think your narratives as well. I'm going to also take an opportunity to thank the Electoral Commission. I know you guys are working very hard to make sure that the results is announced well. You're doing a great job. We appreciate you. Before we get to this discussion, I'm going to also extend appreciation to the community leaders, all of you. I think you've done tremendous work in trying to make sure that our people really speak in the same language, and we're hoping you do so right after the results are announced. I can't thank enough, obviously, the panelists who have been on the show before. I think you've helped not make us, KDL TV, shine, but also tell the story of our people. Obviously, the media outlets as well. As I said, Egesa FM, thanks for working with us for what you are. And I want to give you an assignment before we get the neat details, something that we've missed on. Please go to your Facebook page and like us on facebook.com KDL TV. That's very important. Please do us that favor. And then go to YouTube, KDL TV World News, and like us, please. We want you to subscribe as well, and also check us on our Twitter and Twitter at KDL TV World News, and we'll repeat that later. So let's get to the panelists. Obviously, I think it would be fair enough to start with the lady in the room at the moment. Pam, nice to see you. By the way, you look great. You look beautiful. You have no idea how much you're so beloved here in Minneapolis. What do you think of the elections here in Minneapolis?
It is amazing. This is an epical moment for all of us at Omogusi. Thank you so much for having me. I am so privileged to be with all of you. As you said, my name is Dr. Pamela Obare Mogaka. I'm from Michigan. I am the founder of DIA, Diaspora Entertainment and Recognition Awards. I'm also the president of Kissy Queens in USA. So I am so excited to be here, but I'm also a motivational speaker. As you said, I have a lot of followers on Facebook and also on Instagram, but also now I do my videos on YouTube. You can also follow me on YouTube, Dr. Pam Obare Mogaka on YouTube. You can follow me, and you can follow me on Instagram with the same names, Dr. Pam Obare Mogaka. I am excited. This is a historical moment for us as Kissy, or as a Kissy in diaspora, and as Kissy as a whole. Thank you so much for having me.
People are very excited to see you. I hope we are loved as you are. Great. So then we also have Dr. Edwin Bogongo. I'm sure most of us here in Minneapolis know him. Very respected member, a professional who's done a lot of work for the community, and is here also to drive the diaspora narrative for our people. Dr. Bogongo.
Yeah, I think that this is unprecedented. We we have had a period where people are sort of yearning for a new beginning for the community. We have grown tremendously. And the excitement that this election has brought, and the idea that candidates have come out on social media articulating what they plan to do for the community, I think has been very refreshing. And this sort of sets the tone for what's ahead. If the excitement that we've witnessed is anything to go by, I think we are going to a better place than we have been.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We also have Dr. Dennis London. By the way, Dennis London, thank you so much for your contribution last time. The people really like your calm demeanor, your very insightful contributions, your take.
Yeah, thank you, Harry. Just like the other two panelists have said, I think the whole process was very refreshing for me. I wish we had more of that. There are quite a number of positions that I didn't get to hear the candidates, solicit for our votes. But the few positions that we had the candidates really come to the social media, I think it was really very good, very insightful. They had very good visions. And I think for those of us, I don't know for the rest of the people, personally, there is nobody who called me asking me for my vote, which I thought was really very good. So my decision was based on what was presented by the candidates. And I think the level where we have reached is very good, because we need to elect the leaders based on their contribution, based on what they say, and then we'll hold them accountable for what they do.
So let's get to the niche details of this. And I'm going to start with you, Pam. Obviously, you have massive following, particularly with the young people. And I can't stress enough how this moment, it's a minute past 6 o'clock. So I think you'll be free to share your thoughts. It must be a very exciting moment for the female population, our women across the country. I must say, I think with the two leading contenders, Hulda and Susan, the ladies must be saying, wow, it's a moment. What's your take?
It is true. It is truly a moment for us as women, and as women, Kisi women in diaspora. It is a great moment for us. We've been looking for this. We've been sitting on the back line, but I think that it's gonna be an exciting moment if the woman wins today. If she doesn't win, we are still excited, because we have moved a step forward to also fight for something we believe in. So either way, if a woman wins today, it's going to be an exciting moment, but still we have done a lot to be where we are right now. Usually it has always been a man's world, a man's fighting for Mwanyagetinge, but to see especially a young women fighting to see that we move forward, to see that we not only support our men, but also we can be leaders and work with our men. This is this is important for me.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Dr. Edwin, a lot of men have called me and they've told me the narrative really is not about the women today, but the men are telling me it's an opportunity for the Kisi men to show the world how nice we are and how nice we can take care of the ladies if we choose to elect a woman. And they're saying if we choose to elect a woman today, the world is going to know what a Kisi man is. Your take?
Yeah, like I said previously, research everywhere shows that in any community, when we have a lot of involvement of women, when the women do better, the community does better. I think the women in this race have given a very good account of themselves. They've been very articulate. And it's refreshing to know that we have some very talented individuals in our community. And I agree. I think sometimes when you're serving a community, it matters less what the anatomy below the waistline is, but more the anatomy above the neck and the ideas you put on the table. And so if we do elect a woman, I think it will be a testament to how far we have come. I think that as you look at the team that is trying to vie for elections, it will be a good balance, and if that happens. If the women don't come up on top, I think I would argue that they have a place in the next leadership dispensation, because they have brought some incredible energy into this race.
a medical doctor speaking, so you don't be surprised of having listened to that biological terminologies. So then let's get to Elder Dr. Dennis London. Clearly, what we have at stake is not a discussion around women or men. It really, as Dr. Edwin is saying, it should be a balance between men and women to tell the story of Omogusi. Your take.
Yeah, I think the way I look at it is it's not a question of whether we are going to have a woman leader or a man leader. I think what we are looking forward to and what the community will have decided is selecting somebody who will lead us as a community. I think most of us, those of us who are a little bit older, we grew at a time when our culture was very restrictive, and women didn't have an opportunity. But the younger generation, who will be like our daughters or maybe our younger sisters, have this opportunity here in the diaspora. And I think the fact that we had women contestants and they have been supported, it also shows us that, we are basically letting ourselves to accept changes that take place in our culture, because culture is not something that is static. Over time, we realize that, the men and the women are able to do everything without regard to their gender, so long as they're given that support. So I'm looking forward. I mean, it's a win for not only for the women, but I think it's a win also for us men, because we are acknowledging that women are equally capable to provide the leadership that we need.
But Pam, I want to come to you. Obviously, we didn't have you last time, but I think you have massive following. Based on what you hear, what are the three major issues you think whoever wins tonight should really be addressing going forward?
One of the main issues that I think we should address, whoever is going to win, is to bring people together as Somogusi, the men and the women and the youth. We need to find a common ground for us to work together as Somogusi so that we can move forward. Because we have a younger generation that feels that they are left behind. I want to make sure, because most of my followers are younger generation, I want to make sure that they are part of this movement so that we don't leave them behind. The other important thing that I would love to see is to see the winner or the person who is going to move with this torch forward to address the issues we have as Omogusi, especially here in diaspora. We have issues that are affecting us, and issues we are going to talk about them moving forward, but I want to see that they are addressed and we see how we can solve these issues that are in our community moving forward. Those are the two I can talk about right now.
Good. I know that Dr. Edwin, you had some points last time. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, you are not able to get on air. What are the 3 points you think we should be focusing going forward?
I think it's very evident that our families are hurting. I would like us to refocus, at least the new leadership, to refocus on how we can strengthen our families. I think it goes to say that we are in a very interesting environment which is different from where most of us grew up. We've had to develop new parenting skills, learn the reality of managing freedom. When we were young, we didn't have as much freedoms as our kids have. And how do you manage that? I think there is adaptation that needs to go. And there is also a sense that we need to have family education so that parents can just learn a few more skills of coping with growing your family and strengthening your family in an environment such as this. I think to the extent that we can do that, the second piece would be having a sense of community. We are so many here in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, for example, and it's painful to note that we don't have a cohesive way that we come together to not just to raise funds for funerals, but to talk about the challenges our community faces. If you were to do a skills inventory of people in our community and the different skills and professions and backgrounds they have, we have all the resources that we need to begin to address some of our challenges. But we haven't had a coordinated way through which we can make this happen. So I'd like us to see, I'd like to see for sure a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more pride in Omogusi culture, just so that we can tell our story in a more emphatic fashion. And then the last piece, I think, is the idea that longevity matters. So traditions matter. I think that we've had sort of this start-stop nature of our leadership profiles. And so we've not had a chance to say, what have we really accomplished as a community? And so I'd like us to focus a little bit more, the new leadership at least, on the idea, how can we create a structure that is built for the long term, that subsequent leadership groups can build on, and so that we can start the foundation for a very strong community. Because by doing that, I think we can cement the kind of engagement we have seen during this election cycle. It's an opportunity for us to build on and ensure that we are finally, turning the wheels of what building a true community is.
Additional thoughts on that?
Said it all. It's only just a question of a few details. This is an organization primarily for Omogusi, and that's the word Mwanyagetinge. So what I'm hoping that the incoming office with the community will do is, how do we maintain all these things we are talking about? We maintain the community kind of structure, but at the same time, we ensure that we don't lose our identity in terms of who we are, like Omogusi. Because most of us here, I'm sure if we switched even to keeping this conversation in our mother tongue, we can very easily do that. That is just one element of our culture. I said much earlier that culture is not something that is static, but we also don't want to, maybe in another 10, 15 years, we still have the identity of Omogusi, but really, other than saying we are Mwanyagetinge, we don't have anything that will give us that connection. So I'm hoping, and I did hear some of the candidates talk about that, incorporating and bringing in our parents who are here, older people, so that they can share with us some of those cultural traits that really define us as Omogusi. Another thing that probably I'm hoping that the incoming office is going to address is really identifying the resources within our community. Dr. Bogonka has mentioned that. I think as a community, we've been blessed with every kind of resource that you can think of. So how do we really use these resources that are available within the community to enrich ourselves and sort of transfer some of those traits to the young people who are coming up? So I hope they will be able to do that, whether it's through mentorship, whether it's through career development. I'm hoping that they'll create a forum and a platform for us to be able to do that. Finally, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is, when we talk of Omogusi is not made of 700 people. Omogusi is not made of 1,000 people. I think here in the Twin Cities, we are almost like 10,000 people. So really, one of the climax of my celebration of the incoming office is when I see them mobilize everybody, so that, Mwanyagetinge should be an organization where all of us, when we call Omogusi together, I want to see almost like 10, 12,000 people coming in, because when we have those numbers together, when we maintain that identity, believe me, with all the resources that God has blessed us with, we should be able to move mountains.
Dr. Mogaka, let me bring you in. And a bit, we're talking about hard facts here, but let's go and I think you're the best person placed in this situation. There are two frontrunners, Susan Huda and a young, very promising man, Jared. Let's be in their mind and emotions. I honestly myself, I didn't expect this to be what it is right now. Our community did not expect this. Take us to what they're thinking right now. Emotionally speaking, isn't this way too much for them? If so, how should they really manage the emotions and expectations?
I think that at this point, I think that whoever God has chosen is going to be the winner. But one thing is the person who is going to win today, they have to find a way to work together with whoever is going to come second. Because I feel like both of them already are winners because of what they have done. We already know them. They are winners. But whoever is going to win needs to find a way to work with the other person who is going to come second, because both the ideas are very important. Whatever they are going to bring on the table is going to be important. I feel like they are still going to work together, and it's really going to be it's going to benefit our community.
Okay, we'll correct that type for that. Don't worry. Okay. So, Edwin, the expectations are way too high. Obviously, what do you think is going through the minds of? I'm going to focus on the presidential candidates pretty much because they're going to be the face of the community. What is going through their mind? And I'm sure the emotionally speaking, it's overwhelming. How should they manage the emotions?
Many of us have historically. There is always going to be trepidation about what the result might or might not be. I think for a community such as ours, it's just a race. But the contributions of even those that don't win are extremely valuable. They've brought excitement to the race. They obviously have a constituency of followers that also are warming up to the ideals that they have brought on the campaign trail. So if you're waiting for the results, and you have to think of both results. If I win, this is what I'm going to do. If I lose, in what way can I have the grace to sort of not only concede on the one hand, but also say, I would like my voice heard. And hopefully those who win can extend a hand to those that they have come on top of, so that there's a sense that everybody's contribution is going to count. I also think that, there's a lot of historical precedent. If you think about American history and the presidency of, say, Abraham Lincoln, he brought some of his rivals to help govern the country at a time that has a lot of historical significance to the United States. And I don't think that this is any different. And so I'm hoping that whoever wins takes a similar path and looks at the strength of the candidates they have beaten, so that the community can be better for it.
Okay, good. I think very good point as well. I'm sure Dr. London, you know how down to that as well?
Sister Susan was not there. But what I heard from the other two candidates, Hulda and Jared, prepared to embrace one another irrespective of how the results come out. And I'm hoping that will be the spirit, and that will be the spirit of the community. So I'm hoping things should be, each one of them has got very good ideas, and we say there is nobody who is really perfect 100%, but each one of those candidates had some unique things that they can bring to our community. So I'm looking forward to those ones who will not have a chance to be in the office this time to still acknowledge that they're members of the community and to make their contribution through the forums that will be created through the structures.
I want to come to you. You're joining us from Michigan, but ground zero is here in the Twin Cities. And obviously, I can't thank you enough. I think you've been at the forefront of telling our story, on social media platforms. That is very important. I think you earn a place in the history of our people. Just like you, there are many others who are also tuned in for example, our brother Professor Kafo Tiza has been on the forefront of this conversation, and also we have our friends and brothers and sisters in the East Coast and Texas and Rwanda and the West Coast. Let's talk about inclusivity. What's happening in Minneapolis is not just Minneapolis, but it really is about the story of Omogusi across the country. Why, or how should the rest of our brothers and sisters across the country be involved?
I think that this is these elections for this year should be the way forward in bringing all the Omogusi together, because we are at a point in our lives that we need to work together as Omogusi in the United States, not Omogusi only in Minneapolis. Right now, I feel like after these elections, we need to find a way to involve other Kisses in other states. I usually do my show in Dallas. I don't live in Dallas. I do my show in Dallas. And I find a lot of Kenyans who come to support the show. And I feel like at this time, whoever is going to win, they need to come up with a structure that is going to involve all the Omogusi and find a way to have a future of Omogusi together from other states. If they can find representatives from big states like New Jersey, like North Carolina, like Dallas or Texas, where we have a big number of Kisses, they should be able to find representatives there, and let also the people from other states, let their voice be heard. That will be my suggestion today.
Good. Thank you, Pam. Adrian, I think you want to add on to that as well. When you talk about that, obviously, expectations are very high. Inclusivity is key. How about friends of Kenya and our brothers and sisters across the country? Your take on the same.
We're very individual. But at the same time, I think a time has come that we need to value the strength of coming together, right? So we're very hardworking, very industrious. Some of us have done great things, if you look across the country. And there's a power that we can harness to advance not just the cause of Omogusi or the story, but think about translating that energy back to the two Kisii counties and changing or transforming the lives of those of our loved ones back there. So I think it's important. I think, like I said earlier, that without a long-term strategy and looking at a higher purpose than just running for president, I think it's important that our new leaders look to embrace other organizations that serve Omogusi across the country and see ways of collaborating. Maybe it's time for us to look at Mwanyagetinge as a brand that needs to be countrywide with chapters in the different states, and see how we can harness that collective strength to not only better ourselves and guide each other here as we look to celebrate our beautiful culture, but also transform our two counties back in Kenya.
You, Edin. Dennis, you want to add on to inclusivity, please?
Dennis left.
It's good to have Pam and Edwin here, and I want to switch the topic slightly to focus on the role of media in telling our story. Now, Pam, I want to get back to you. You are very active in social media trying to tell our story. And then for our viewers who do not know this about Dr. Bogongo is the media man. I think we worked for quite some time with the Voice of Kenya and KBC then. I think one of the most popular broadcasters during our times. And he was my hero, and that's why I joined Voice of Kenya to present Sanaa ya Kiswahili. So to you, Pam, let's begin with you. The use of social media, television, and radio. Going forward, how should we use social media and television in the best ways to tell our story? Ben, I think Pam is muted.
She's frozen.
So let's, Dr. Bogo can come on as we go through.
If you look at how we are consuming information today, print media is becoming less of an influencer. So if you go to places, if you go to Kenya today, there are very few people buying Daily Nation on the street or the Standard newspaper. And so the way we consume information has become very digital. The fact that we have different options for consuming information, I think, is an opportunity for us to give the different dimensions of how we tell the story of Omugusi. I think the media has a very big role to play, especially social media, and the idea that you can have a channel on YouTube or Facebook Live to continue these conversations that impact the community, I think is a positive. I do think, though, that there has to be some basic agreement around the decency of the discourse so that we stay purposeful, respectful, and we do things that are serving the community and the purpose, as opposed to the temptation to make it very personal and have this sort of faceless individuals that attack others who are trying to serve the community. So it's going to be important for us to sort of collectively understand that as we embrace social media, let's also embrace the etiquette around sharing information.
Good. Sticking the same, I'm not sure whether we have Dennis or Ben back. Whenever they do, please, Ben, let us know. Let's stick to the same, Dr. Edwin. Yes, we have. Yes, come on. Yes, Dennis.
Yeah, I think as Dr. Bogonka said, if you look at those days, culture was basically transmitted through observation. But now we're in the diaspora, and we've got sort of an hybrid kind of culture. So I think if we are going, definitely we'll have to use the social media as a medium for bringing about or transmitting our culture. I think it will be very important that we have some sort of respectable way and ethics behind what is shared in the media. Because if you look at the community, we are consuming a lot of information. So if wrong information, inaccurate information, disrespectful information that is not part of our culture is shared, within a very short period of time, that goes everywhere. So I think we must have some rules around what we share, what identifies us as a community, so that even those other people who are to understand us as a people will basically have the right information about us as a community.
I think we have Dennis on. That's Dennis. Then we have Edwin. Edwin, let's continue about who relays the information, right? I mean, obviously, any society, there's a social stratification. Let's focus on the community leaders. What is their role? It's one thing to say that we have faceless people, but we have people who are very influential in the community. And these are community leaders, especially now that the tension is very high. In the next few minutes, we're going to have the results. But we have community leaders who have a role to play in making sure that we tell a good story. What is their role in telling the story?
A reality show going on in the United States today, if you look at the tone that's set by a leader and how the country behaves or responds to it. So it's extremely important. I think the president of the organization is the person that not only sets the tone, but also is responsible for having a bird's eye view of the different challenges the community has. Be very positive, be very reconciliatory, allow inclusion. I think that it's a position that demands people are a little bit more innovative. I often say that we are sort of at a crossroads. We have multi-generational challenges here. There are people that came here when they were teenagers, and now they are, in their middle adulthood. There are people who came when they are older. There are people who were born here. And if you look at the different generations, their experience of life is very different, and their influences. And so I think the leader has to recognize that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to messaging, when it comes to addressing challenges. And so I'm hoping that the person that's there is open, willing to listen. And as we have talked about having a skills inventory in the community, I think I'm hoping this is somebody who's going to look to the past, look at past leaders of Mwanyagetinge and say, you know, I need your help. How can I shape the future based on your experience? Look at some of the younger people, involve the youth because they're the future of our community. And so, in a nutshell, this is going to be I would like to call it a transitional leader, because we are sort of trying to pivot from the past into an unknown future. But I feel based on the representations by all the candidates, it looks like a very enticing future. People had good ideas. They think that there's more that can be done. And I'm hoping that leader that we choose today is going to crystallize this and create a framework for us to begin to build our community in the way that we should.
Okay, good. Thank you. So on the same note, Dennis, if we have you on, the role of the community leaders, obviously we're not going to expect that whoever wins wants to do it alone, but community leaders have a role to play in making sure that we tell a good story. What do you think should be their role?
I think the leaders are sort of the image of the community. If talking or speaking on behalf of the community, whatever kind of impression that they create to those who are viewing us is what those outsiders will think of us. So I'll have very high expectations for the leader who is coming in. He should or she should be that person who portrays the community in a very positive manner. Should be a leader who should really keep the team that they are working with in check and give very good guidelines as to what is expected of them. But in addition to that, I mentioned much earlier about the human resource that we have in our community. Leadership is not only being in the office. We have a number of leaders who are not in any elective position. So I think what I'd expect the leadership that is coming in to do is basically to identify those leaders out there. You know, look at women. Who are these women leaders who are a good example? What is it that, you know, those leaders can learn through them? What is it that they can mobilize those women to do to bring or initiate change in the community? Look at other leaders. You know, Dr. Bogonko mentioned about the leaders that we've had in this office before. There are quite a number of them who have really a good legacy. What is it that, you know, the new leaders can learn from those leaders? I'm sure if they did make an approach, they will learn the things that they tried that didn't work. Because if something has been tried and it didn't work, it's not worth wasting a lot of resources doing that. But there is always a lesson to learn. Look at the spiritual leaders that we have around. How can we imagine if they embraced the ideas that the leadership in Mwanyagetinge has? Most of us are churchgoers. So if these spiritual leaders can even communicate some of this information to the community, I mean, I think they have every opportunity. It will be up to them to tap on the resources that are available and use them to take us to the right level where we need to be.
I think we have Dr. Pem back, do we? Dr. Pem, do we have Pem?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Okay, if we do, let me know, please, a moment. Let me stick with you, the two of you, Dennis and Edwin. There has been talk, and I do engage a lot of conversation with community members. There's been a lot of talk about how we've grown. Standpoint. Oh, we have Pam, do we? Okay,
Yeah.
Pam.
Yes,
let's make sure that we give you enough airtime. We need you,
that's
particularly.
fine.
So we lost you. There are two questions we had. The question we lost you first was the role of social media, radio, and television in telling our story. What role do you think that should have? Because obviously with the coronavirus, things have changed and the technology is changing who we are. What role do you think the social media, radio, and television should have in telling our story?
I think that we must move with technology, because right now, as we speak, social media, radio, television, that is the way to go to. Because right now, people are in the houses, people are not moving out. How can we use these resources we have available so that we can communicate with our people, so that we can tell our story? But also, as we use this social media, let's use it in a way that it's going to benefit us, not in a way that it's going to distract us. If we are going to use the social media, let's use it in a way that is going to bring our people together, not a way that it's going to, separate or bring disagreements in our community. I feel like this is the time. Even those ones who don't know how to use social media, they need to start learning, because it is the way forward now.
Pam, still, so sorry.
Especially, let me tell you, they were doing statistics, even for business. They were doing statistics. They were saying that on an average, somebody logs to social media over 100 times a day. And for those ones who are doing businesses, that's why even business now is on social media. Can you hear me? Or I'm frozen.
No, we can hear you. Okay. Keep.
Yeah, so as I said, I think that we should use technology to benefit, to get to enhance what we already have.
Okay. Take a moment, go to Facebook, and like us. Right? That's keeps what's your market ourselves. Facebook.com KDLTV. So get to that. If you have the flyer, do the same. Go to YouTube, KDLTV World News. Also subscribe if you don't mind, and also go to Twitter and Twitter at KDLTV World News. Also be part of the conversation. So let me go back to the question I was asking you, Edwin and Dennis, and then Pam, you can jump in as well. There's been discussion around the community that we've progressed a lot. I recall 20 years ago when I came here, there are those brothers and sisters who were way ahead, and I have to salute people like Professor Otiso, Professor Bagaka, Dr. Choti, Trufena Choti, all these, like Onyango. Those are the people we looked up to tell our story. And obviously there is a case that we're doing a good job. In all honesty and in a simpler language, what role do professionals have to play in also assisting this administration go forward? Let's start with Edwin.
Yeah, I think I look at getting a chance to go to school and become a professional is an exciting thing. You have a passion, you go through a journey that is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And the question that we all have to ask ourselves, so what's next? And I think that the next thing is to serve your profession and serve your community, advance your skills so that you can benefit not just yourself but the rest of the community. And so it's extremely important that whoever takes this position of leadership at Mwanyagetinge finds some common ground, creates an avenue to engage professionals. If we are going to say, as a community in Minnesota, we think there is a community in Kisi that has issues with either fresh water or they need a school built, we have the professionals can lead an initiative for us to sort of manage such projects to completion. I think I cannot overstate the role of professionals. We can't be passive and say Mwanyagetinge is just a place for people to sort of practice politics of innuendo and politics of this and that, or politics of funerals, and become a little bit more purposeful. So the answer to your question is absolutely. Professionals have an extremely important role to play, but they have to be given a space to do so.
Okay. Thank you, Edwin. Same question, Dennis, please.
What I was talking about much earlier, I talked about how the community is endowed with a lot of resources. And if you look at the professionals that we have in the community, there are very many. And I want to say that leaders are not only those ones who are elected to office, but those ones who are in the office have been given the mandate to sort of identify and mobilize the other resources that exist in the community. So what I think we need to do as a now this community has a lot of young people who are coming up. And some of these young people might be interested in pursuing even the professions that some of us are pursuing or are already practicing. So I think one of the areas where they can tap on that is if they create that opportunity and link the young people to these professionals, I think it will be quite beneficial. I mean, if I need my son or my daughter maybe to pursue a line, for example, in medicine, why shouldn't I link that son of mine, or why can't we invite people who are in the medical profession like Dr. Bogonko and the rest to come and just give a talk to these young people? So those are the opportunities that I'm looking forward to, that every resource that we have in the community as a process of giving back, that forum should be created so that people are able to give back to the community.
Pam, okay, the same question about role of professionals, please.
Yeah, I support what the other two doctors have said. For me, I feel like it's also a challenge to our professionals, the ones who are already professional, the doctors, the lawyers. We have guys in public health. It is a challenge to all of them to also avail themselves so that they can also serve in our community. As Dr. Bogonga has said, that they should be used, because some of them are there, but they should also be available. As Dr. Kefa, always when he has something, he'll always call me and say, hey, Dr. Pam or Dr. Mogaka, can you come and help us here? I also feel that as professionals, we need to have a mentorship program. We have some mentorship programs out here, but as Mwanyagetinge, I think we need to create a mentorship program for our young people so that they can also be involved. I know that in the Kisi Queens, we have a program whereby people come and especially people who are in the field, because I'm a doctor and nurse practitioner, they ask me questions. They ask me, can you be my mentor? Can you help me? I'm always ready to support. I'm always ready to help. I think that our professionals, they should be available to mentor the young people, because you might find a person who is a young person, she can relate well with me than she can relate with the parents. So that is my challenge to our professionals. Also, to the young people, I feel that we are here to serve you. We are here to encourage you. It is your responsibility also to ask us, the middle age or older generation, ask us if you need help. You know, some of you know me from Facebook, you know me from YouTube. Just I'm always open to help young people if they need any help, either mentorship or if they have issues. Sometimes we have issues that they need to discuss, but they're scared of asking their parents. I'm always available to help. I always help young girls, but I'm open to help young men too.
The Electoral Commission that there is, sorry, Dennis, you want to head on the ladder?
Yeah, something that has just come up after Pam has just talked. You know, professionals are very busy people, just like everybody else. But I think one of the ways that the incoming office can really maximize on this resource is probably to have like a calendar of events, so that, you know, they have things planned ahead of time, so that if, say, for example, they say in this month we'll be having, you know, like professionals coming in, and then they can reach out to those professionals, see who is available. In other words, a calendar of events that is well planned ahead of time might make it possible for people to plug in and avail their services.
Comment. I had listed mentorship as one of the things that I was hoping we would talk about. But absolutely, the idea that we have young people with all sorts of options. It's not unusual for me to speak to a parent whose child has just finished college and is not employable because they did something that sounded really nice to do, but there's no job for them. So mentorship is extremely crucial. It's not just about your passion, it's also about the idea that you can actually make a living. And so I agree with Pam 100% that that's an area that professionals can step up and help guide our young people.
Good points, thank you. So I'm getting word from the Electoral Commission that the results are out and they will be announcing those momentarily. So our technical team is working to have them on and then they'll announce the results. Meanwhile, I want to also remind you that this broadcast is brought in partnership with KDL TV and DC Diaspora Care, which you see down there, www.diaspocare.com. If you have time, please check them out and like them as well. So the fact that now the results are out and in a moment, some people will be very happy and some obviously, humanly speaking, not so. Pam, I want to get to you. You're the lady in the room. Emotionally speaking, what should they be doing? I want to focus on the presidential candidates right now. So you have the two ladies and the young men. What should they be doing in the next few minutes?
As we said earlier, I think they still should be excited. They should be ready for their speech, obviously. But at the same time, I think they should be able to, be ready for anything. If they are the ones who are going to win, well and good. If they are not, they are still winners. They are still winners. That is what I'm saying. Whatever they are, their purpose was at this election, they have done what they needed to do. They should be proud of themselves. Whatever the result is, they should be proud of themselves because they have done themselves justice. And I think that this moment is still great for them, even if they are not going to win. But for the winners, we are here to support you. We are also here to challenge you because we want you to propel this Omogusi to the next level. We don't want the same Mwanyagetinge we've had for the years. We want Mwanyagetinge to go to the next level. We want to have Mwanyagetinge that the whole world will know that this is Omogusi working together, changing lives, changing our community, changing the trajectory of our lives as Omogusi diaspora.
Okay, do we have, I think Dennis is frozen. Dennis, are you frozen? Okay, if not, we can have Edwin. Can you hear us, Edwin?
Yes, and the question, Jeremiah.
Oh, the question was, I just got a word from the commission that the results are out and they will be announcing them here momentarily. So the question was from an emotional standpoint, what should the candidates be doing right now? And particularly, Pam, I want to cut back to you because I know they are very diehard supporters for the candidates. We'll talk about the candidates and their supporters. What should they be doing right now?
And taking the result. I think in Swahili we say asiyekubali kushindwa asiye mshindani. I think it's a time to also think about pivoting towards what can I do for the community, win or lose. And I'm hoping that the candidates and their supporters will lend an olive branch to the winners so that we can together build the community we want.
Okay. To the supporters, Pam, what do you say?
To the supporters, I will say that thank you, job well done. You have done what to do to get your candidate. Whoever is going to win, we are praying to the supporters so that we can work together as a community. I know your candidate did not win, but I want you to think for a moment and know that what you're doing is because you were so much interested to Omogusi as a whole. I want us to work together as Omogusi, even if your candidate did not win, even if your candidate won today. From today moving forward, I want all of us to work together as one you know, that is what is going to be the team moving forward.
Last week, both of you, so just to ease the tension in the camps, tell me 3 good things you liked about each of the candidates. Especially we have Jared, we have Susan, we have Hilda. In whichever order you choose. I don't want to sound biased in any way.
Well, I think I would say that looking at Susan, I think she's very passionate about community organizing. I think she's she came across as somebody who values relationships and trying to engage even our American friends, which I thought was very refreshing. Hulda was extremely articulate. That girl knows what the ideal organization or community she wants, and she was not afraid to be very clear about what her goals would be. And Jared, I think, was equally passionate about Omogusi and the things he sees as contributions he can make to the community. So I think from different angles, I would argue that each of the candidates came at it from a different angle, and any one of them, I think, would serve the community well.
Oh, I think Pam is frozen. Do we have Dennis? Do you have Dennis? Okay, Edwin. Now that they're frozen, I'm gonna be nice to you and give you
Okay.
2 minutes. And the camera is going to focus on you so that you talk about DC diaspora care, and we appreciate you partnering with us. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to explain as we get that candidate on.
Well, thank you. So Diaspora Care is a platform that allows individuals to sort of pay for healthcare for their loved ones from the comfort of their phone. So, for example, if I have a family member that has hypertension and they get their medicines every month, you can actually set them up through Diaspora Care so that you get alerts when their prescriptions are due. They get a message from the pharmacy that their prescription is ready, and in certain instances, they actually deliver the medicines to their homes. And the other piece is that we did a survey within our community that essentially was asking the question, what are some of the pain points when it came to getting to pay for healthcare in whether it's somebody in the hospital or somebody who is sick and needs to go to a clinic. And there was a very clear frustration that money gets diverted from the intended purpose. So if I'm paying for blood pressure medications for a month for my mother, and she buys for 14 days and takes the other half of the money to solve other problems, you're really putting her health in danger. So what we're trying to do with Diaspora Care is really to say that when we say we're transforming healthcare for diaspora members and their loved ones, what we really mean is we're creating an atmosphere or an avenue for you to pay for healthcare, and you're guaranteed that healthcare is getting delivered, either by caregivers, clinics, or if there's a prescription, you can track that the right number of prescriptions were given for a particular condition. You can let the system sort of manage refills and so on and so forth. And our main goal is really to ensure that Kenyans get the right care. We invest in the healthcare of our loved ones, and we know that every dollar we pay goes for that purpose.
think is your sound working, Edwin? Is your sound, can you hear me, Edwin?
And manually confirm and approve medication purchases too. Confirm and approve. We know how stressful it can get to take care of the healthcare needs of your loved ones, especially when they live far away from you. Money transfer services have expensive fees. They cannot ensure that your money is spent on the intended healthcare needs. And there are many questionable pharmacies that sell low quality, unsafe, and even counterfeit medications. That is why we created DiaspoCare, a secure, quick, and cost-effective way to pay for the medications of your loved ones through our network of accredited and registered pharmacies. So here's how it works. Meet David. He lives far away from home. Unfortunately, his mother was recently diagnosed with diabetes, but she can't afford her new medication. So after funding his DiaspoCare account, David enrolls his mother as a beneficiary, and a unique PIN code is issued. Think of this as a digital voucher that David paid for in advance. David's mother presents the PIN code at one of our accredited and registered in-network pharmacies. The cost of her medication is deducted from David's account, and his mother can walk in and out of the pharmacy with the medication she needs. It's as easy as that. David can also assign his uncle who lives close to his mother as a caretaker to help her follow the new diabetes treatments. For extra security, David can also create one-time PIN codes and manually confirm and approve medication purchases too. It's easy to send more money home and hope they got spent on buying safe medication. But what if you can have control over how your money is spent, gain access to safe and quality medication, and purchase multiple medications for multiple family members who are in need? Your money goes a lot farther, and healthcare becomes a lot more inclusive. DiaspoCare was created by diaspora members for diaspora members that help provide greater access to safe, quality, and affordable medications for your loved ones back home. It's time for your loved ones to get the quality medication they need, and for you to get the peace of mind you deserve. Sign up today and register your loved ones for free at diaspocare.com.
Okay, we are back after that commercial break from DC. We are trying to bring in the commissioners. I'm not sure whether Atima you're in. Atima you're in, and Mayaka, please make sure you use separate codes, or at least if you're in the same room, let one of you use the code and then you can use it interchangeably so that you can log in. Otherwise, you keep changing and then it keeps disrupting the system. Ben, do we have them on?
And Alicia, your move na do
I used you as no one.
Okay. So I think if we have them live, obviously we're going to have a post debate, post result analysis. I think it will be in order to bring them on now. Okay, we don't have them yet. Is Pam are you still on?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. So, what your thoughts as soon as we have them, then we can have them. Your thoughts, what are you saying to the ladies, especially emotionally speaking?
Emotionally speaking, I think the ladies, the way I know them and the way I've seen them, they are very strong. They are very strong ladies. Whatever the result is going to be, they are going to be fine. Let them know that we are here. We are here to support them. They have done an amazing job. We are here to support both candidates.
Okay, good. And so we have on screen now the director, Mr. Evans Mayaka Onjiri. By the way, let me introduce you, Evans. You've done a fantastic job. I think you and your colleagues, David Bichanga, I want to salute them on air. I want to salute also Gil Patatima. Thank you for the good job. Thank you, Chafet Kimaiga, for the wonderful job. And especially you, Evans, you've been very nice. You've communicated well. I think you're very camera friendly. You've done a great job, and I'm going to hand it over to you.
I'm not sure if Chairman Atima is available. If we wanted him to give an introductory speech before we go to the results. Is there a way we can get him to come in?
Or Ben, do we have a teamer? Evans, do we have? Is David there? Is Dave with you? Bichanga? Okay, you're muted, Evans. Now?
Am I really? Can you hear me now?
Can I hear Dave say hello to people? He's done excellent job. Is he able to salute everybody?
Hello, everybody. Can you see me?
If you push aside, and David Bichanga, the guy from Remarks, you've done excellent job for us. I wanted to make sure that everybody sees you, that you've been working behind the scenes. Yes, so that's David Bichanga, the guy who's been working. Yes, you've been very professional. Thank you for the good work, David. And it's good to say people should check you out in Remarks for all real estate matters. Okay.
Hey man, it's been my pleasure. You know, I always serve in our community. I've been doing that for years and I will continue to do that. So I'm so glad that we have gotten here today, whereby we are going to have new leadership take over the community to the next level. And I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of the community. I'm proud for the local TV channels for the work you guys have done.
Proud to call you a friend as well. Okay, did we get a teamer? So as we wait for a teamer, I'm hoping the candidate and your supporters, please be calm. We're in this together. We're already winners. So Evans, are you ready for this?
We are definitely ready to announce the results. It's been a real tough journey, but we have come to the conclusion. We landed smoothly.
Take me off the screen, and then the camera can focus on you.
Yeah, I was saying that it was a tough undertaking, unprecedented. I don't know what else to say, but we have finally come to the end, and it was a smooth landing, I can say, at the pilot. It was a very smooth landing. The results are great. You know, it's something that it's going to be talked about for many, many, many years.
We'll go ahead and we'll provision the results.
What happened? Dr. Kari, are you available?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah. So, are we waiting for Tima to log in so we can do some quick Q&A?
Okay. So, do you need me to go on as you wait for him?
Yeah, we can talk.
Okay. So
I'm a little bit relaxed now.
Okay. So I'm gonna interview for a few minutes as a Tima comes in. So
yeah.
Don't tell me the result yet. Don't tell me the result yet. But what has been your experience?
The results were with that team. He hasn't added them over to me yet.
Okay, but can I say that I like your suit more than mine?
It's good. Thank you. It's a cheap one from JC Penney.
Oh, this I bought in the dollar store. So okay, Mr. Chairman, I think we have a teamer now. Atima, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Without wasting time, I'm going to welcome you, and then you take over from here.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Kari. So I'm gonna head on to what we're supposed to do at this moment. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every single one that participated in this process. I want to give sincere thanks to my team, including even we have Dave Pichanga and the who participated in this. I want to give sincere thanks to the team that worked on this process, from the caretaker committee that gave us this report, to the advisory council of Mwanyagetinge that chose us to spearhead this process. To the community, I really thank you so much that you came out in big numbers to participate in this. And to this far end, I really thank God and thank everyone. To my family, I thank them for giving me this opportunity to lead this process. I was far away from them every single night, but to this far end tonight, it's a good night, as I can say. And thank you, everyone. We had a good number of people who participated in this process. So far, we had a voter turnout of about 84.5%, and about 100 people did not get time to vote. But basically, it's a very good number, as I can say. In now the results, we're gonna go in terms of from the commission. I mean the people who are running from the county level, and then up to the presidency. I'm going to hand over this. I'm going to hand over to my colleague Evans to start with the results from the county level, and then I will take over a bit at some time, and then I'll again hand it over to him, and then finally we'll end up with the presidency. So for now, we're going to start with the results from the county level, those who won from the county level, and then we have other seats that went and to that far end. Oh, Evans, you can take over from me, please.
All right. First, before we go into the results, I just wanted to give a quick statement explaining that this has been a very challenging exercise. When I've been through this process from the very beginning of it, since we met in July of 2019, and we started the whole process of reforming Mwanyagetinge and doing the necessary changes that we're supposed to do. I was in the team that did the new constitution and went around and collected views and included this in the voting that was done today. And I'm so privileged to have been given this special chance to serve the community. And I thank every one of you, the way you participated and all the good ideas that you brought in. I'm very, very, very grateful. I'm also want to thank my family for giving me to do this. My basement was a work zone of some kind, doing a lot of work and staying up late till 2 a.m. making phone calls. And there are a few people in the community that really helped me. Two of them were Dr. Kimori and Jeremiah Ngei. Really helped me with doing some of the statistics with the voting and all this nitty-gritty stuff that I don't know. So without much ado, I'm going to announce the results of the counties. I will start with Washington County. This seat went unopposed, and the winner is, with 100% of the votes, is Douglas Ndege Omosh. The next county is Ramsey County, and this one went unopposed to Arnold Maruko, 100% of the votes. The next county is Scott Carver County, and the winner is Festus Kichaba with 100% of the votes. And at this point, I will give it to Chairman Atima to announce the rest of the results.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take over from there. I think Evans will finish up with the one left. I also want to take this opportunity to announce the following results in 3 counties. As for now, we had 3 counties that were contested in this election. So I'll start from Hennepin Lower. We had 2 contestants in Hennepin Lower. We had Reuben Chuma Nyabuto and Elkana Moseti Kayuko. The votes go as follows. Elkana Moseti Kayuko garnered 24 votes, which is 26% of the votes, and Reuben Chuma Nyabuto garnered 74% of the votes, which is 50%. So the winner in Hennepin Lower is Reuben Chuma Nyabuto, who garnered 74% of the votes that were cast in Lower Hennepin. I'll head on to the county of Dakota County. This seat was also contested. There were 2 contestants in that area. We have Albert Nyairo and Edith Kerubo Moronge. Albert Nyairo garnered 24% of the votes, which is 14 votes, and Edith Kerubo Moronge garnered 76% of the votes, which is 44%, which is 44 votes in that area. So the winner in that seat is Edith Kerubo Moronge with 76% of the votes in that county. The last county I have over here is the county of Hennepin Upper. We had 3 contestants in that area, and who was Samuel Nyandoro, as famous known as Omosigari, Evans Makori, and Josephat Ogwankwa. Evans Makori garnered 18% of the votes cast in Hennepin Upper, which is 45% votes. Samuel Nyandoro garnered 38% of the votes that were cast in Upper Hennepin, which is 93 votes. Josephat Ogwankwa garnered 44% of the votes that were cast, which is 107 votes. So the winner in Upper Hennepin is Josephat Ogwankwa with 44% of the votes that were cast, which is 107 votes. Before we head on to the general seats that were being voted by every single member of the committee, I'll give it to Evans to just mention about one county that he left out before we come back to. He's going to mention one and continue with the seats that were being voted by the whole community before I come back to announce the rest of the results. Thank you. Take over, Evans.
I did forget to mention Wright Sharban County of Fisanya Ikondo. He got all the votes that were cast, 30 of them for 100%. Right now, I'm going to the executive board seats. The executive board seats, and I will start with the organizing secretary. This was a contested seat, very, very hotly contested. And I will report the winner as follows. We had, before I do that, we had Seth Kakonde, Dr. Chris Omar, Nelson Magutu, Duncan Ondieki, and Wycliffe Mbuti. So these are the results. Wycliffe Mbuti garnered 25 votes, and that translates to 4% of the votes that were cast. Next was Duncan Ondieki, also known as Monari. He garnered 31 votes, which is 5% of the votes that were cast. And the next one is Seth Kakonde, garnered 84 votes, which is 13% of the votes that were cast. And Nelson Magutu garnered 224 votes, which translated to 35% of the votes. This seat is Dr. Chris Omare with 270 votes, which translated to 43% of the votes. Congratulations, gentlemen. The next seat that was contested was the treasurer's seat. Was contested by two individuals who are very strong. Of course, one of them came on top. There was Joyce Ontera and Walter Nyabere. Walter Nyabere garnered 267 votes, which translates to 42% of the votes that were cast. And the winner is Joyce Ontera with 367 votes, which translates to 58% of the votes that were cast. Congratulations to Joyce. The next seat that we are going to announce is that of secretary. That was also hotly contested. And there were three contestants, Edward Nyakeri, Joshua Matundu, and Elijah Mandera. And these are the results. Elijah Mandera garnered 132 votes, which is equals to 21% of the votes that were cast. Joshua Matundu came next with, or from the bottom, I mean, with 190 votes, which is 30% of the votes that were cast. And the winner is Edward Nyakeri. 49% of the votes were cast, and that was 312 votes. Congratulations to Edward. Well done. I will hand this over to my chairman, Atima, to announce the result of the vice president and president, and then we will conclude this exercise.
Before I go to the top seats, I wish to mention that I keep one county, which is a county, and I wish to inform the members of Mwanyagetinge that the county of Anoka had two contestants, which was Edward Nyagechi and Neema Mura. From the votes that were cast, the two candidates tied. Each of them garnered 46 votes, which is 50% of the votes. After we finish the results, perhaps the commissioners or the electoral commission will have a meeting to decide what's going to happen after we announce the results. And of all that we're waiting, we are right here now. Before I announce these results of the presidency and the vice president, I wish to tell our community from the campaigns, we saw that this seat of presidency was hotly contested. People talked to each other and people talked at each other. But I wish to call upon all the members of Mwanyagetinge here and wherever they are. Elections come and go, but we all remain to be Mwanyagetinge. Our business is to build and not to destroy. I wish to inform or tell the candidates, whoever will win this seat, reach out to your opponent and form a strong and a better Mwanyagetinge. Without further ado, I wish to announce the following results for the vice president. There were two contestants in this seat, namely Amenya and Frederick Mititi. Out of the votes that were cast, Frederick Mititi garnered 15%, which is 93 votes, and Amenya garnered 85% of the votes, which is 541 votes that were cast. So as for now, the winner of that seat is Amenya with 85%, 541 votes that were cast. Congratulations to Amenya. On the seat of presidency, there were three contestants at the end of the race. We had 5 contestants, that 2 dropped out of the race, and then we remained with 3 contestants for that race. And these contestants are Susan Mabera, Jared Waru, and Huda Momanyi. From the votes that were cast, Jared Waru garnered 6% of the votes, which is 37 votes. Susan Mabera garnered 45% of the votes, which is 283 votes. And the winner for the presidency tonight. The commission announces Huda Momanyi as the winner of the presidency of Mwanyagetinge with 50% of the votes that were cast with 314 votes together. Congratulations to the president-elect, who's Huda Momanyi. To that far end, the commission wishes to congratulate every single candidate who vied for these seats. And for those who did not win, we congratulate you, and we hope that you join hands with those who won to build a stronger and a better Mwanyagetinge. I think that far end, that's all we have from the commission. The results of this election in totality will be posted in various sites of our community organizations, or from the WhatsApp groups or to the Telegram. We'll post the results. And if there is anyone who wants a statistical analysis of the results, all the results will be available for each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone, and we thank you for your participation and in this exercise.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Before the camera takes off, before you leave the camera, let me take the opportunity. Obviously, a huge salute to the winners. All of us are winners. I think let's agree, as a community, we're all winners. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. You're a great suit. You're composed. Thank you for doing the exercise. Thank your family for supporting you. I know it's very difficult, but you and your family have done it for the community. Evans, I can't thank you enough. Obviously, you've done a wonderful, wonderful job. I think I would propose right now that the next Chipukati should be you in the Kenyan staff. So we should be talking about that after this, but excellent job. Thank you very kindly. So I think with that, thank you guys. I think the camera can take you off so that we can have speeches from the victors and those ones who did not emerge. So again, I think we have been here. So congratulations, the winners. Now, there we have it. The results is out. Where's Pam? And we have Pam on. So we are waiting for concession speeches. I think that's the arrangement. Ben and the team are working behind the scenes to have them. I expect at least an announcement from Jared Waro. I think, in my view, he's been very fantastic. I think he's the future of the community. Thank you, Jared. You did an excellent job. So proud of you. Hopefully you come on to give a quick speech. Susan, obviously, you know how much you are one of the most beloved daughters and sisters in our community. I think this does not mean the end of it. I think your name will be well in a good page in the history of our people. But and Huda, well, of course, as you prepare to get to your victory speech, let's get to the analyst here as those get ready. Your tech, Dr. Bogongo.
You want my take? So, you know, this is very interesting. As I've said, this was sort of one of those elections that will have a historical footnote because of the nature of the election campaigns and use of social media, and the fact that for the first time we are engaging the community, bringing the results in a manner that is unprecedented. Having said that, I think we spoke earlier that our community is ready to embrace a leader who is a woman, and that the results would be acceptable. And I think the voters seem to have sided with that sentiment. And so I'll just begin by congratulating Huda Momanyi for telling her story, an incredible one at that. At the same time, sort of being able to articulate what she has a vision for the community. And to the rest of our Mwanyagetinge community, this is history being made today. Let us give our support to Huda I think that we will be in good hands.
Okay, good. Great to hear. Do we have Pam on? Pam, okay. So as soon as we have that, Ben, please text me here so that I know you're ready or can bring on the other screen. Edwin, I'm going through the results here, and I think, quite frankly, both camps should be very proud, and obviously all of us are proud, but just to make sure that we ease the tension, I think the fact that Susan came that close with Ulda says a lot. It means that we're really united. They shouldn't feel bad. And I'm not sure whether you know the eventual winner for the vice president, Amenya. Do you know Amenya?
I think I do. And
yeah.
You know, he's a people person, and so I'm very expectant that he'll be an able partner to Hulda to articulate the issues of the community. You know, and looking at Susan, I mean, she came very close. She got 45% of the vote. And I'm very, very confident that knowing Hulda, she was going to reach out to Susan and say, hey, I have a space for you, come, let's work together. So again, as I said, this is history being made in our community, and I think it behoves of all of us to take a pause and think about a future we can create together.
Good. I think I totally agree with you. And plus, Susan, as I know she's a close friend, and I can't think of a community event that I've never seen. And obviously, we feel sorry that she was not able to participate in the final debate. I don't think that hurt her, but I think the way I know her, she's a very strong and willful woman, and I think obviously she will as well try to work with the hood as well. But I do also recognize when I look at do the demographics and segment our community. When I look at Amenya, I know him personally. He's a very nice guy. He's a very people-oriented person. If we are going to discuss about more voters leaning towards older, more younger ones, I think Amenya is very good, particularly connecting with the men. So that means I think most of the men in the community will have a very, very, very good connection. I also happen to know Edward Nyakeri. Edward, I think, is a very good guy. I think from, I think you look at the groupings within the community, particularly Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? Is it Pamoja, Kenya? I think in the southern side, Shakopee, I think is very influential, and I think our people in the southern side should be very proud, and I think that will give them reason to embrace Wild and work as a team. So I have Dr. London. Dr. London, any quick comments as we prepare for speeches? Your volume, we need it a little bit higher. A little bit more, please. Okay. Okay. Yes, can you go ahead? Yes, we need more, but go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, as I was saying, I think that I look at the lineup of winners and look at the balance that we have. We have a lot of youth, a lot of experience, and I look at some of the people that have actually been involved in their community organizations, whether at their constituency level, and there is very good balance in this new team. Again, like we said, I think the bigger question is going to be how well they begin the new term. And the other piece I think that needs to be highlighted is that the Electoral Commission has done an excellent job of running these elections in a most professional manner. And as I said, it's really unprecedented when you look at how the elections have been conducted, the fact that we've used social media platforms to allow the candidates to be known and to display their, what their manifestos are, and even the nature that we have sort of created this results being displayed. It's extremely professional. I think it's a good beginning. It shows how much talent our community has when it comes to doing these things. And I honestly very strongly believe that this is just a little tip of the iceberg of what our community is capable of.
Good. Thank you, Eden. Dennis, we're trying to find your sound system is not working very well. Can you try now, please? No, it's still very low. While we work on, oh yes, we are Pam here. Oh, Pam.
Yeah, we're back. We are here. We are camping. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Dennis, we can't hear you though.
So I can go ahead and congratulate her. I have to say that congratulations to Hulda Momanyi for the great job. I'm excited already. I was rooting for her. I am excited. I'm so happy. But at the same time, I'm also congratulating Susan and Jared for the great work they have done. I am hoping that from today moving forward, we are going to work together. I am calling all the Kisses, the Mwanyagetinges who are watching us from Minneapolis, from other states, to know that from now moving forward, we are going to work together as Omogusia. And I'm just hoping that in her speech, in Hulda's speech, she's gonna bring us together as one. Even if I know there were different sides, I think that should be the language so that we can move this Omogusi forward to the higher level that we are expected to go. That is my hope that Omogusi, we have to work together.
Can I hear you a big shout, particularly for our sisters? Amma Sase. What else will you say?
Oh my God. You know, I'm excited because I'm on, this is a different, this is different. That's why I'm a little bit calm, I should have said, for this,
Please,
we are excited. I'm telling you, I am excited,
I want to hear you talk to the women across the country, particularly our ladies. This is you
so
now.
to our ladies, first of all, if you are not in the Kissy Queens, we have Kissy Queens, please join. This is our chance to work together. Asomo will see a Kissy woman, but also, Dr. Okari, I also want to tell our men, I know they are watching us, we love you, we appreciate you. We want to work with you, as I think that this is a congratulation to you to have chosen Lee Sase or a queen to be the leader. But I want you also to understand that we appreciate you, we really do, and we want you to work with our Lee Sase so that we can move forward, we can do great things together. This is an epic moment for the history of Omogusi. I want our Gusi back home to know that we have set the pace. So we need to see more of women in leadership, but also I think that Hulda did not win because she was a woman. She won because our ideas were sitting well with the community.
Do we have Dr. Landa now? Let's try to see if we can chime in. Okay, we don't have Dr. London. Okay, let's try another.
Is there?
Okay, go ahead, Dennis. No, no, no. We sorry, we can't hear Dennis. I don't know what's going on there. Do we have Edwin still?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ben. Oh yeah, he's here.
I can't hear what he's asking. Yeah. So. Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Like I said, I think it's a historical moment. I've always believed that, in my opening remarks, I said there's a lot to be gained by allowing the women in our community to sort of get positions of leadership. In this case, I cannot take away the industry, the talent, and the intellect of Hulda. Ran a very strong campaign. She's been well known, articulating issues about the community. And I think that she won by her own right. And I think that it demonstrates how far our community has come. It demonstrates the maturity of those that have cast their votes in looking at the ability of the person and not so much their gender. So it'll be interesting to see how she starts off, and I'm hopeful, and knowing Hulda, I know she's going to reach out to very many people, past leaders and so on. And as I said before, I think it behoves of all of us to support this new team so that they can be successful.
Good. Pam, you're heading something?
I was saying actually just the last statement he said is that I am encouraging all members of our community, please support Hulda and let's give her a chance to see where she's heading this train to, because if she's given a chance, I think she is going far. I am also urging women to support her, give her support. Let's see what she can do. That was what I was going to add.
Okay, good. Thank you, Pam. We still have you on. So we are still waiting for, I think, concession speech from Jared Warrow. If he's able to log in, we'll let him come on as well. We need to respect his wonderful work. We're also expecting Susan. I'm not sure whether she's feeling okay, but hopefully somebody from his team will be able to say something. So, Edwin, maybe Pam is not familiar with this area, but I'm looking through the list as well, and I'm seeing some very good candidates, winners here. Especially, I'm looking at the women. Hulda won't be alone. You have Edith Moronge. Edith and Neema were on the discussion here the other day, and they literally set the internet on fire. She's extremely brilliant woman and very friendly in community. I think Hulda should be happy that she has her on her team.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one thing that I can vouch for the women that have been elected is that they're very bold. They've been very bold in laying their stake in this leadership journey. They have been very articulate in saying, hey, I'm here, I have something to offer. And I think the voters responded positively. So I see it as a very strong point. As I said, this team that has been elected shows very great balance between generations and between gender. And I'm very confident that it's going to be totally open a new chapter in the leadership of Mwanyagetinge.
Okay, thanks. Let's see, Dennis, are you able to log in now? Sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
I'm logged
Ben,
in, but
okay, go ahead now. Now we can hear you, Ben. Dennis, now we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think the team that has come to office is a good team. Is a good mix of both genders with various abilities. It is a team that has got people who have worked with the community, and I think if all these leaders can come together and put in their best resources, we will have a very strong Mwanyagetinge. But I still want to emphasize, and I think one of the things that we've been talking about through these discussions, how they're going to work together to bring in, I think my celebration, as I said before, is really bringing in Omogusi in totality into the organization. I know, right?
Oh. Okay, he's again frozen. I think I apologize to the viewers. I think some people are trying to log in. We are having the guys who give concession speech and victory speech. I think that pastor. I think pastor just logged him off. Okay, do we have pastor on, Ben? Okay, maybe we can take a moment, a word from the pastor, and then we can get back to the analysis and then victory speeches. Pastor.
Yeah, do you get me? Hello?
Pastor, yes, it's your turn. Please take.
Yeah, kind of. I don't get you. Kind of is breaking up and down.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's your turn.
it's okay. Yeah, I'm so grateful for the time we have had together, and I just want to take a few minutes to congratulate those who have been able to be chosen in various offices, and I thank also those who have made this exercise to come to a success. And indeed, you have taken time, energy, and sacrifice, and may the good God bless you so much. So let us have a word of prayer, and then we will continue the.
Okay, I think the pastor is frozen then. Okay. Edwin, looks like I think people are trying to use the same login information, and that's where we're having difficulties. So do we have Dennis on still, or? So while the pastor is coming on, Edwin, what is the role of the church community?
You know, we are very, very much a religious community in terms of our faith, our strength in, grounded in faith. And I think what is not often talked enough is the idea that our faith community is actually the other side of our community. When our faith community rises up to be united and to sort of provide guidance, we're a stronger community because of it. I can't emphasize enough the fact that if our faith community has a role, and I believe that perhaps the new office needs to find ways to incorporate the faith community in a way that sort of brings the synergy that we need to continue to address the issues in our community. I think we have enough churches and pastors, and I know they have a pastors' convention where they all come together to talk about our community. So it will be essential for the incoming team to reach out to the pastors' fellowship to have them see what their opinions are, and because I think they are really key stakeholders in this deal.
Good. Thank you. Good take there. Pam, are you there? Dennis? I'm sorry, Dennis, we're having difficulties. We're just trying to get the candidates to come and give their speeches. Dennis?
Yeah, pastors, as Dr. Bogongo has said, that pastors have a role in our community. I think that Hulda, who is going to be our leader now, her and the pastors in our community, especially dealing with the youth, I think that she should be able to work. And what I also mean is that she doesn't have to do this alone. She has to put a structure of people who are going to help her in moving the Omogusi forward, because I don't think she can do it all by herself, but she can have the pastors, their representatives, so that they can work together. Because as you know that Omogusi values spiritual leadership. So if they can work together, I think that is going to help to move us forward, or to help Omogusi. There are some issues that are in our community, especially domestic violence, especially abuse, drugs. These are issues that I think the pastors will come in, because some of them have some counseling background. They can be able to help him, and then because they have a church, they can use that church to mentor the youth. So as Edwin said, pastors have a stronghold in our community. They have to be included in all issues of our community.
Okay, thank you again. As we await the concession speeches and the victory speech, obviously we'll keep on the discussion, and as we do so, you would make sure you subscribe to our channel, obviously KDL TV on YouTube. World News is important. Also on Twitter, please follow us on Twitter, KDL TV World News. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/KDL TV. Please go there and like us. I think that's what you're seeing on the screen. Just take a moment, go on Facebook, like us, and say something, or give us suggestions on how to improve. Also, subscribe to YouTube, follow all our videos, and also on KDL TV. Remember, we also said this live broadcast is also brought you in partnership with our colleagues at KDC, Diaspora Care, transforming healthcare for diaspora members.
They cannot ensure that your money is spent on the intended healthcare needs. And there are many questionable pharmacies that sell low quality, unsafe, and even counterfeit medications. That is why we created Diaspora Care, a secure, quick, and cost-effective way to pay for the medications of your loved ones through our network of accredited and registered pharmacies. So here's how it works. Meet David. He lives far away from home. Unfortunately, his mother was recently diagnosed with diabetes, but she can't afford her new medication. So after funding his Diaspora Care account, David enrolls his mother as a beneficiary, and a unique PIN code is issued. Think of this as a digital voucher that David paid for in advance. David's mother presents the PIN code at one of our accredited and registered in-network pharmacies. The cost of her medication is deducted from David's account, and his mother can walk in and out of the pharmacy with the medication she needs. It's as easy as that. David can also assign his uncle who lives close to his mother as a caretaker to help her follow the new diabetes treatments. For extra security, David can also create one-time PIN codes and manually confirm and approve medication purchases too. It's easy to send more money home and hope they got spent on buying safe medication. But what if you can have control over how your money is spent, gain access to safe and quality medication, and purchase multiple medications for multiple family members who are in need? Your money goes a lot farther, and healthcare becomes a lot more inclusive. Diaspora Care was created by diaspora members for diaspora members that help provide greater access to safe, quality, and affordable medications for your loved ones back home. It's time for your loved ones to get the quality medication they need, and for you to get the peace of mind you deserve. Sign up today and register your loved ones for free at diasporacare.com.
Okay. By the
I
way,
wanted to
Adrian,
say something.
Yes, Pam.
I know we are doing this, but I know so many people are watching. Can you please later bring the DC Diaspora Care? This is so important, especially to our people here and back home. I want you to bring a panel to talk about this, how it can benefit our community. This is for us. I think it's going to be very important to bring in and educate our people how to use this.
Happy Dr. Bogongo is here of Pam. you and I can discuss this after the show. Then we can have you live so that you have a detailed discussion about what this is and what's important for us. And I think we've been talking about the elderly, so that would be good. Is that your promise, sir?
Yes. I think so. I think it's a topic on its own. So I'm happy to invite the Diaspora team to come and talk about it.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
I think we should for it today.
Good. Do we have Pastor? Okay, Pastor, can we give you your 5 minutes quickly so as the others?
You excuse me, Dr. Kari.
Yes.
Hello? Are you getting me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
You see, I have been preaching all this time. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
What is
okay,
happening?
sorry. No, people are trying to get in. Sorry, we gave you the new code, but now you can go on.
So you want me to come with a new code again, or what?
Give on. You're live. You're live. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just getting. I'm going to. Anyway, it's okay now. If you are getting me, then I'm excited, and I wanted to say that we were talking about unity. I prayed early enough, and I was given just 5 minutes so that I can talk about unity. And I said, "United we stand, divided we fall." Now I said that there is a sense of a new fresh air blowing into our community.
Dennis, can you hear me? We keep losing the pastor for some reason. Can anybody who has the code, please don't log in. Once the pastor logs in, just wait until Ben lets you in. Sorry about that.
Please, can Dr. London check his new code, because he's the one actually taking the code for pastor. There's a new code we've sent him.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, so just log off and then come with a new code.
Where did you send it by?
Yeah, let me just resend it to you, please.
Yeah, because I don't see anything. So.
Thank you.
Okay. Bring the pastor in for now. So in the meantime, I think to your point, Pam and Edwin, let's also encourage our people. We now have a TV station for businesses. If you want to do your commercial ads, please welcome. We'd love to do that. And if you have businesses that you want to promote, we'd love to have you come on so that you can make your case for population. I think that's the part of the conversation about developing our own businesses. So it's not just yeah. Pastor, sorry, I think now we have you. Nobody's going to distract.
No, there's a lot of man. I don't know what is happening now. Am I okay to speak?
Yes.
I would like to get your response every time so that I can know I'm talking to people. So there's a lot of things happening. So for the 5 minutes that I have, please, I said united we stand, divided we fall. And I have said that there is a sense of new fresh air blowing into our community. And this is a new beginning, a new era, a new season that all of us should come together and really seize this opportunity so that we can do something for our community. I want to really congratulate those who have been able to bring this to pass. God bless you, and those who were out to campaign and at least get the offices and were not as successful, and there were those who were successful. Let the Lord bless you so much. Now, in order for us to bring about or to realize this unity, we must be intentional, because unity does not come in a silver plate. So all of us as a people, leaders, parents, and children, let us come together and let us do all that we can so that we can change our community for the better. Now, I read a verse from the book of Titus, chapter 3 and verse 14, and let me read it once again, and this is what the word says. And let our people also learn to maintain good works to meet urgent needs, that they may not be unfruitful. Let our people learn. Let our people learn. Our people must learn. There is nothing that comes. Unity is something that we need to learn. It doesn't just come just like that. No, we must work on it. Our people must learn to maintain. It says our people also must learn. That word also is important. Our people also must learn. In other words, other people outside there are doing something different to enable their community go to another level. The Somali community, the Ethiopian community, the Hmong community, the Asian community, they are doing something. Now Paul, talking to Titus, a young preacher, says, Titus, tell our people also that they may let them learn to maintain good works to meet urgent needs, that they may not be unfruitful. Our community should not be unfruitful. It should not be unproductive. Our community should be productive. Let us have brilliant people coming, young people moving forward as we support them, as we give them the direction, as we come together and be there for one another, cheers at one another. I'm looking forward when the professionals will come together and they talk the way forward, when doctors come together and sit together, when businessmen and women come together and talk the way forward, when various people or various groups come together and talk and see how we can go forward, how we can achieve and use this place for the better of our children. Our people also, our kids community also, our parents also must learn, our pastors also must learn. People who are common, the immigrants also must learn how they can maintain good works, how they can do good work. Which are these good works? Some of these works is to love one another, forgive one another, be industrious in whatever we do, respect leadership. Those who have been elected, let us respect them. Let us work with others. Let us be a team. Learning is a process and it requires us to be there so that we can accomplish much. And I want to pray that we can work together, move together as a team. Together, we can achieve much as we move as a people, as a community. I know great things are coming. Thank you so much, and congratulations for those who have won this into the offices. May God richly bless you, keep you, and continue even to open gates and doors that our community will never remain the same. This is the beginning of great things, the beginning of mighty things, and we are not going to go back. We are going to forge forward for the better of our community. God bless you so much. Let us have a word of prayer. Father, I thank you. I bless you for this wonderful exercise that has now ended peacefully. We thank you for those who have been elected into the office and those who are not able to succeed. Lord, we thank you. Let us come together, work as a team, work as a family, work as a community for the better of our community. The best is yet to come. We bless you for every one of us, Lord. Let your will be done in everything, and those who are able to make this come to pass, even in this way, we want to thank you for them. Bless them mightily. It is in Jesus' name we have prayed and believed. Amen. God bless you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Maina. That was Pastor Maina of Destiny Ministry here in Minneapolis. I think Pastor Maina has been around here for a long time, and the service to the community is well known. Thank you for the good work. We're also saluting all the pastors in the community. So you hear that Pastor Liki, Pastor Mokoa, Pastor Kenya, Pastor Birai, and Pastor Maina. As always, thank you so much for that word of encouragement. We hope to see you soon. So you're free to log out. Good. You're free to log out now. Okay, so next we have who? We are waiting Jared to come and make his concession speech. As soon as he's ready, then let me know. Any additional thoughts, Edwin? Do we have Dennis in? I think he needs some. Okay.
Yeah, as I've been reflecting on, the past sort of missteps of our community, back to maybe 10, 12 years ago when we had a program funded by the state that addressed some of the healthcare prevention issues that our community was being educated on. And I think we've lost so much time that requires basically all hands on deck when it comes to trying to get all of us supporting the new leadership. So, and as I've reflected on that, I wonder, you know, how much the past leaders are going to be involved. I think we've had periods where we had really strong Mwanyagetinge leadership. I think those people need to be contacted. They need to be, encouraged to come and give counsel. I know one of the platforms that has been floated was the idea of a council of elders. I think the community perhaps needs that cultural and community compass that a council of elders can provide. And I'm a big proponent of having all our past presidents be sort of engaged in part as part of that, and other community leaders who necessarily have not held elective office. So I see this as an opportunity for the community to sort of be able to pivot to a new beginning, and I'm pretty confident that with the energy that we've all experienced over the last month and a half, this is a great opportunity to sort of embrace.
Okay. Oh, good point. I think it's good to give a big shout out to some of.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Is Jared in, Ben? Okay. Sorry, we almost lost there. So it's good to salute people like Shem Nyangito. Obviously, Shem, you're watching. Now, obviously, Huda is in your hands. Please give the best you can. Let's also salute Kennedy December. Please also join that. My dear friend, David Bichanga, we salute you. Chafet Kimaiga as well. Jeremiah Morocco, we salute you. Who is that again? Paul Miranda, I think you did an excellent job as well. Take that young girl mentor, and I think that is Dr. Nyachai. Please, we salute you. Good work. And Dr. Obed Nyaribo, past leaders in that organization. We are hoping in front of the community. Please take her to your arms and guide us so that we together move forward. So, and who do we have next, Ben? Is Jared ready? In the meantime, Edwin, as we get Jared ready, Jared is a young guy. I really like the guy. He's very composed. He looks like the future of our community. And Ulda is equally young. We haven't talked much about the young people. This is our future. Do you want to talk with them directly? Why this should be important?
You know, I cannot overstate the value that the community needs to place on our young people. They're sort of the bridge that is going to either break or make our community. And I think there's been a sense that perhaps we haven't included them in matters about the community. There's been a sense that the older generation had a stronghold on Mwanyagetinge and so on and so forth. I would speak to the young people of our community that they have the world in their hands, they have the future they can craft, but they have to do it with the idea that they ascribe to a higher purpose for the community. A chance to serve the community, a chance to sacrifice their time to build bridges so that we can together build a really strong foundation for our community. I think it's fair to say that if you go back to Africa, for example, 60% of the population is under the age of 23. So in order for us to, and I don't think we can say we live here in a vacuum. We have a lot of connections back to the motherland. And so my sense is that if we empower the young people to feel a sense of belonging, that they feel they have space to contribute, they would also know how to leverage that and inspire their generation back home to also aim higher and be contributors.
I think as we get Jared ready, you make really very good points. Especially knowing that in the last few years, really, we've had some negative stories. And I think this should be a new chapter. I think we have Pam now. Pam, I want to bring you in as we wait for Jared's concession speech. This is not about here. Dr. Edwin is making a very good point. I think as Augusta FM, they've been talking about this. Obviously, there's a clear coordination between us and the people at home. for a long time they've had very negative stories, and quite frankly, they've got into a level of depression. Whether it's our brothers and sisters, no matter what, going to jail, families breaking. And I can't tell you how much every Monday when I check the jail roster systems and they see young people whose last names sound like ours. It's so painful when you see our own do that. And I think going forward, it should be a cooperation within us to make sure that we mentor the young ones, especially the older, and our new team.
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me. Yes. As you have said, or as the other Dr. Bogonga said, we want to change the narrative about diaspora. I want to see when the EGESA and other TV stations, when they talk about diaspora, I want them to be talking about positive things that we are doing here. Because I know some of them look up to us because we are here in diaspora, but they get disappointed. But also, I want us as diasporans to address immediately the issues that are affecting us as a community. There is so much that needs to be addressed. As I said earlier, we need to address families. Dr. Bogonga also said that families, how can we keep our families together? We need to reteach, we need to retrain our community to understand that in order for us to keep families together, we have the parents, the father, mother, they have to work together to bring up our children the right way, to keep our families. We have to put us through Mwanyagetinge that is going to work for us. I know the Somalis in Washington, D.C., the Somalis in Minnesota, they have their own center. We should focus on having our own center where we have therapists, where we have counselors, where we have spiritual leaders helping us, and the people who are in position, the spiritual leaders, whoever is in position, professionals. It's going to be our responsibility to mentor our young people, to even mentor people who have come right from Africa who are still new, because the laws of this country, some of them don't understand them. That is why they end up in jail. We need to have that in position for them so that we can help our community. And for us to do this, all of us, it is our responsibility. Every person watching, you cannot sit on the side and say, hey, Dr. Pam, can you do this? I have seen people call me, oh, we have a issue here. All of us have to work together. Not one person can work and win this battle. All of us have to work together. That is what I'm going to stand by, saying that we have to work together. We might disagree. You might not like me, but if I have ideas that are going to go forward, like now Hulda has ideas, let's work with her. If there are ideas we have that are going to help, let's work with her and see how we can move forward.
Good. Okay, we're still waiting for some reason. So again, for our viewers, we obviously apologize. It's the first time we're using the TB, so people are trying to log in, back in, and that's causing a little bit of delay. That's why we haven't had Jared log in to give his concession speech, and hopefully Susan will do the same. And by the way, Hulda is standing by. Those ones who are pointing out, Hulda is standing by. She's ready. She's fired up to give a victory speech in a moment. But we need to get Jared to give a concession speech. Pam, how are we doing with the broadcasting here so far? Are you liking the fact that we are going global? You're now muted.
Thank you, Dr. Okari. This is really important for us. We, a TV station, we should have had this long time ago, but thank you for bringing this. We need to have a TV station for us as Omogusi, but since you have started this, I also think that we should support you. We should support what our community is bringing for us. Like I saw the diaspora care, we should support it because it is a structure that is meant to help us. This TV here, we should support it. You should also support me on YouTube, Dr. Pare Mogaka. Join on Instagram, support me. Let's support each other. I would support you if you have something that like I have loved diaspora care because I know our people need this. I have loved this TV because I know we are able to communicate with other people all over the world. I see some of my followers from Europe. They are commenting down there. So I am excited. This is an exciting moment.
Join us well and like our Facebook page. Talk to them.
Yeah, oh yeah. You should also go to kdrtv.com and subscribe. As you subscribe to my YouTube, go subscribe to their YouTube channel. They are the best. So subscribe to their YouTube channel, follow them on Twitter, follow them on Facebook. If you are my followers, please follow them. They are doing an amazing job here in USA. So please subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. All your Pam's follow us as well, and we'll make sure we support you. You're doing a fantastic job. Ben, as soon as you have Jared on, let him come on concession. If not, I think with all due respect, we might want to bring in Holder so that we move forward. People are getting tired. Now, Dr. Bugongo, do you have something to add on? I think we have. Okay, add on as Hulda gets ready there. Edwin.
Dr. Kari, Hulda is. Guaro is also logging in. Just give him a few seconds. Hulda is ready. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they are there.
Okay. So I think we have Jared ready. I think I just saw Jared. Jared, can you hear me?
He logged in using your credentials, so we put him out. So he's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no wonder he kicked me out. So, Edwin.
Yeah.
Our business community as well should really consider doing the commercial ads on our show, on our network.
Yeah, I think for a community to qualify as a vibrant community, all wheels have to be turning. It's not just about us getting our kids to go to school. It's about people getting into multiple professions. It's about building a strong business community. And one of the things I think we can do is leverage a medium like KDR TV and other social media platforms in these days that we live in to make sure that we bring to the consciousness of our community that we have people that are emerging as very strong business leaders, and so that we can support them, we can learn from them. That is how we build wealth in the community. And if we have a community that has wealth, we can create the right resources to help those in our community who are less fortunate. We can't wait for the government or the states to direct us into sort of doing things that are culturally competent and so on. I think it takes a lot to build a community. And as I said, I think our business community needs to be embraced. They need to be encouraged to show themselves so that we can help support them.
is Jared. Jared, I know you're listening. Please use the code ending with 290. Jared, oh, it's here. So, okay, Jared, I want to give you a chance to make a concession. Congratulations, by the way. You fought a very good fight. And one thing I like you about, you've been consistent, regardless of how it could go. You are very composed. You're articulate. I like your maturity. Your statement on the WhatsApp forum, quite frankly, says a lot about you. You have a very bright future. We're going to give you a chance to make your closing statement or concession speech. Sorry. Did we lose him again? Okay, go ahead, Jared.
Thank you, Dr. Jeremiah, for giving me this opportunity to just pass a word. Let me start with congratulating my sister Olda. I know it's been up and down to make sure we having change in the community now that the dream has come to be true. I honestly say we need to come together as a community. As a community, we need to come together and then work together, regardless of the outcome. That now we have actually seen both of us, we winners. And then with the conversation we've been having, me and Susan, me and Olda, then the main motive we've been saying is just we need to come and then work together as a team. Whoever wins, then we will support each and everyone to make sure our community goes to a different level. That was our main aim, because everybody with the mission we had coming to run for the position for the president is making sure the community is moving to a different level. So everybody had the same mindset. And then all I can say, thank you everybody who gave us the chance to go out there and then to say the community really needs our support. And my only request I'm going to give to the community is let this election reflect the main change we've been looking for. Please, all those that voted and those that they did not have a chance to vote, let's all give a hand of support to whoever wins in any level, beginning from the president all the way to the county level. So let's try to come together as a community, give support. Any support we can give, it can lead us to a different level. So let's try to reflect our mind. What do we expect our new administration to give us as the community, and what as the community are we supposed to give the new administration in the office? So I'm looking forward to work with the new administration to make sure they going where we expected them to go. So in any case, my sister Ulda, you need my support. I'm available. Just give me a call. I'm a phone. Where you stay and where I stay is just like a few blocks away. So you can give me a call and then we can get from there. So thank you everybody for those that voted for me, those that they did not vote for me. All I can say, together we can. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Okay. Thank you, Jared. That is a wonderful concession speech. That's the kind of maturity that we need in the community, and I think everybody will take your word seriously. And Madam President will come on shortly. I'm sure you will be part of the conversation going forward. And from my end, you have no idea how much I appreciate you. You're a personal friend, and I'll call you after we do all this. Thank you, Jared, and you have a good night. So up next, I think Susan might not become. If Susan, you have a chance to be on, that's fine. But I understand you lost your voice. If not, we'll make a time where you can come on and speak with the community today or sometime later. But now, with all due respect, it's my honor and privilege to welcome the new president-elect, Madam Hulda Mwanyagetinge. It's lovely to welcome you, Madam President.
Thank you so much for being here today, Dr. Okari.
Go ahead, Hulda.
Yes, I was saying thank you very much for having me, Dr. Okari. It is great to be here finally in this after a long journey.
Good. It's your turn now to give your victory speech. The world is watching.
Awesome, wonderful. Hello, Mwanyagetinge, Minto. We have made it to the end. Asante sana, Minto. Thank you so much for honoring me. It's a new dawn. I came here again when I was 9 years old, and my parents did the best that they could to instill in me and my siblings our culture of Mwanyagetinge. This is how I came to love our people, my culture, and my language. My father taught me how to work hard and aim higher, not to settle for mediocrity. He taught me that I could do anything any man can do if I put my mind to it. My mother, on the other hand, she taught me strength, tenacity, and resilience. She taught me that a woman can be gentle and strong as a rock. She continues to teach me what it means to put other people's needs in front of mine. And by the way she took care of my grandmother and the way she is taking care of my father. Together, they have taught me what a strong marriage looks like, what a strong family looks like, and the importance of our culture, our food, our language, and our traditions. They have taught me how to give to others and to be of service to our community. As president, I want to start my term by laying out my vision. I will also be setting out my outcomes and goals, which will include short-term and long-term goals. Lastly, I will hold my entire team accountable and expect them to hold me accountable as per the Constitution for us to work together in order to bring the change that the community is expecting from us. I will focus on the following. I will rectify the Constitution, which will address the diversity that is Mwanyagetinge. I will create a youth position so that the youth have a seat at the table. I will build sustainable organizational structure that will allow us to bring all of the programming and resources to our community, which will address the issues that our community is facing today. I will centralize all official communication channels of Mwanyagetinge organization so that all of Mwanyagetinge is on the same page about what's going on with our community and what the challenges are and how we can work together to resolve them. Together we will build strong community involvement through a volunteer program. There is room for everyone in the community to volunteer in my administration because I and my team cannot do it alone. We will need your help and your support and your time and your resources to make this happen. I will be accountable and transparent to the community because this is key to building trust within our community. I will work to bring resources to our community by building strong relationships and partnerships across government and non-government organizations. Lastly, my team and I will work tirelessly to collaborate with the siloed groups, including constituency leaders and religious leaders in our community, because unity is Mwanyagetinge. I want to finish with just giving thanks to the following individuals. Past leaders, thank you for putting up the pillars for this great organization that has laid the stones and the pillars for me to be sitting here as the president of Mwanyagetinge. If you did not fight, I would not be here to win this seat and to lead our people to the next level. So thank you. To our religious leaders, we have so much respect and high regard for you and what you have done. To the candidates, thank you for your willingness to serve our community. We have been in this journey together, and we have fought each other. We have fought for every last vote. And I am so proud to say that I am glad that I was a part of this team. Susan Mabera, you are amazing. You are a strong pillar in this community. And I'm so proud to have you a part of this community. And I look forward to working with you and using your networks to bring the resources that we need to our community. Jared, my brother, I admire your willingness and strength to keep pushing until the end. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and for you to be part of this building of Mwanyagetinge. To the rest of the candidates, the winners and those who did not win, thank you so much for making this exercise exciting and to bring the energy that was a part of this. I hope that we will all work together to bring the change that we want to see in Mwanyagetinge. To the Electoral Commission, my goodness, Mr. Onchiri and Mr. Atima, you and your team have done a tremendous job. I know this was not easy. I know I was a part of those late nights, 2 a.m. meetings, and I know that you guys have worked tirelessly to get us here. Congratulations for a job well done. To the local TV stations, to the entire staff at KJTV, and especially KDRTV, Mr. Kibwato and Dr. Okari, for your service to the community and for being on top of everything, for communicating our vision and our mission out to the community, not only here in Minnesota, but across the country and now globally. Mwanyagetinge now is known globally because of your efforts. Lastly, to everyone who participated, let me start off with my team. Thank you so much for standing with me. Thank you for the late night calls and the last minute phone call to push me to make that call to the registered voters. Neema Mora, David Osiemo, Daniel Monari, Stella Morara, Sarah Mongare, James Ogega, Wycliffe Chakua, Daniel Abuga, and Jeremiah Ongeri. I cannot name everybody, but my core team really stepped up and helped put together a campaign that ran with integrity, honesty, respect for everyone. So I applaud you for your job well done. Thank you for everything that you've done. To my supporters, I cannot express to you how much you have meant to me on this journey and the entire Mwanyagetinge community. Your unwavering support has truly been admirable. The words of encouragement and the phone calls of posting my posters and messages did not go unseen. Your efforts made all the difference. And shout out to all the women, Abangina. Thank you so much for standing with me. I'm so proud today to say that Mwanyagetinge's history, we have a woman as president. Lastly, to the youth of Mwanyagetinge who answered my call when I said, youths, we need to stand up and make our voice be heard. Thank you for joining me. Your voice matters, and I promise you, I'm going to work hard to get you at the table, to get your ideas to help Mwanyagetinge move forward. And to the entire Mwanyagetinge community, Minto, Nimbanjete, and I'm so excited to be here today as your president and ready to serve you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your participation during this exercise. You have made Mwanyagetinge a global organization. Now everybody's looking at us because of you and your hard work and your energy and your voice to say, yes, we need change. My one request to Mwanyagetinge community, wherever you are, I want to ask that you make a commitment to stand and support my leadership team and the new leadership team who has been elected by you. There is power in unity, and we can only succeed because of your support and the community standing behind us and answering that call of unity. Gaki ngobabori, toe amagoro tobakolere gasi. Gaki ngobasaba. Stand with us and we will provide and be here to serve you. Lastly, I'm proud to be Omogusi. I'm proud to be Kenyan. I'm proud to be part of this community that I call Mwanyagetinge. In order to succeed together as a collective, we must stop the favoritism of party lines, tribal lines, clan lines, religious lines, and realize that we are stronger together. That is the only way we will succeed. The world is watching us, as you've seen in the last couple of days. Our actions tomorrow, the days to come, the months ahead, and the years in front of us will either be written in the books of history or fade away like the wind. We have a choice to make. I leave you with this. In the words of J.F. Kennedy, ask not what your community can do for you. Ask what you can do for your community. And by what I'm doing, I have answered that call. Together with the leadership team, we have answered that call. We are going to be the voice of all of what we call Mwanyagetinge and our community. Together as one, we will prevail and bring the change we want to see. In service to you, Hulda Nyamisa Momanyi Nyinechibu Hiltsley, your new president. Thank you.
So proud to call you my president. You made me, I just want about to cry. That was an extremely eloquent speech. Can I speak with you for a minute for other viewers? Kwangokiri baba, aina ali sasili ya gusi, right? Ama sasonsi pia semura America. Bwada li sasili iga, tuwabe kireja tinga, then we can tell the world we're proud of you. All the men on camera, please, she begged, I think, and she's teary. The best we can do as men, let's show the world that we can support our ladies. And that is what we need to do so that we will focus together. Madam President, I salute you. We love you. You have the support of the entire Omogusi community. We wish you well, and we'll be talking to you after. Congratulations. You look very presidential. Thank you, Madam President-elect.
Thank you.
Okay, and say hi to Mom and Dad. They brought the world an absolutely brilliant girl. So I think I have information that Susan is here also to make a concession speech, and that's very gracious of her. Do we have Susan on now? Ben, do we have Susan, or do we bring in the panelist as we wait for Susan? Okay. Ben, do we have Susan on? Okay. We are
Dr.
trying
Kari,
to...
we are waiting for them to come in. They are preparing her to come.
Okay, so do we have, in the meantime, do we have...
Yeah, we have the panelists. The panelists are here.
Where is, can I hear first from Pamela?
From who?
Dr. Pam? Is Dr. Pam on?
Okay, Dr. Pam, 1 second. I'm getting her.
Okay.
I'm getting Dr. Pam. Here we go.
Okay, Dr.
Wow,
Pam.
wow. This is the moment I've been waiting for. You know, let me tell you something. I am a very emotional person. I was watching Hulda's speech and I said, you know what? What I've been working for the last 8 years, I've been on TV, I've been in local TV, Abagusi Global Radio, trying to bring the voice of our Kisi women. And today I am so proud. I don't know what to say. I'm just so proud. I am seeing that sometimes You have to keep pushing. Hulda, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of our community to have, especially our men, our Kisi men. I am really proud of you today. I have usually sometimes I am so hard on them, but today I am so proud of you to have given Hulda a chance to lead our community. And I'm promising you, I will personally be supporting her. If she needs me, she needs any help, I'll be here. And I'm hoping that all of us will support Hulda. Hulda, you have made us so proud. I listened to your points, what you're going to.
Login information. Is that correct? Meanwhile, as we do that, I think Edwin is on. Edwin, any quick comments?
And you listen to Hulda speak. Those are words that exemplify true leadership. I said before that, as we were sort of comparing the candidates, that I thought that she was very bold, very respectful, and appeared to be on a mission. And if you look at what she spoke about today, she spoke about the value of family, her upbringing, and her story. I think it sort of been a very significant influence in her, and you could tell from her remarks. She talked about involving the youth and making sure that the Mwanyagetinge constitution becomes a little bit more inclusive. She talked about the value of communication so that we have a more unified way we engage ourselves and dialogue together and communicate. She talks about the idea that everybody has a role to play and her desire to make sure that there are opportunities for everyone to volunteer their time and expertise to the organization. I think one thing that was very interesting is she touched on the whole idea behind governance and accountability, the idea that she's making a promise to the community that her administration is going to be one that they can trust. Those are really important points because we've been through past leadership that people have been questioning how transparent they are. And so she touched on that. She talked about relationship building beyond our community with government and non-governmental organization and basically telling the community that, look, we can be able to connect with resources that we don't have, grants either from the state and I'm sure she's talking about ways to get us a place we can call our own, like a community center. And then she talked about collaboration with constituency groups. I think she's very cognizant of the fact that there is strength in the community organizations that are constituency based, and she's sort of extending a hand of friendship that you have a role to play. I think that in her closing remarks, she acknowledged the past. She talked about the value of past presidents and how she's going to try and invite them to the table. She talked about her fellow candidates, and of particular interest was how she sort of talked about her most closest opponent, Susan, and how she elevated her just by edifying her race and saying how an amazing woman she was and an amazing race. And so I think it's very clear that we have chosen a worthy president. My hats off to Hulda. She's not only articulate, but you can tell she has a vision for the community. She expressed very clearly her love of the community. And so on this night, hats off to her. I congratulate her. She has made history on not only on her behalf, but on behalf of Kisi women.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Edwin. So, okay, we're also awaiting Susan to come in and make a concession speech. The fact that Dr. London, can you hear us as well? Dr. London?
Yes, I can.
So I want to quickly, obviously, make a comment about that speech as well. Also, the fact that Susan has decided to come in and give a concession speech, which she will momentarily. What does that say about us going forward?
I think we're on a good path. Most of the points that Hulda, first I want to convey my congratulations to Hulda. She's very articulate. She has repeatedly shared with the community the vision that she has for the organization. Key to those things is really the importance of being united as a community, as Omogusi, and identifying the resources that are available within the community and her desire to tap on those resources in moving the community forward. Given like her awareness and really putting a lot of emphasis and being aware, a lot of responsibility as that team accountable as much as we will hold them accountable. I think what I can only say is I'm very proud to have Hulda as our president. Sure, the responsibility is basically to behind the team that has come to the office and give them our support. As I said before, leaders are only leaders when they have people they are leading. So we have elected them to the office. We must give them the opportunity to support us, and also we must play our role so that we can realize those aspirations of the community.
Good, thank you, Dr. London. So do we have who do we have next? Ben, as soon as do we have Pam back? Dr. Pam, are you on? Sarah, thank you for joining us. And as you do so, it's good to see you. And may I also take a moment to say, Nana and Egisa FM, she's not able to log in because of technical difficulties and the hour in Kenya, but I know she's watching, and the team at Egisa FM. Thank you so much for making this broadcast and telling our people to root for us. We love you at Egisa FM. Thank you. We'll have you sometime back to talk about this. So, Sarah, your thoughts?
I just want to say that it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise because the Kenyan people have spoken. Omogusi has spoken. This has been a long-awaited election, and I just want to say that I am so glad that the winning person has taken the seat. It is not about the person. It's not about the fact that she's a woman. It's about the vision and the mission. I remember we had a sitting with Dr. Otiso, and what he said was vote for somebody who's got vision. Vote for someone who is going to take a seat downtown in St. Paul at some point. Vote for somebody who is going to take this organization from where we are to a higher level. And I think the people spoke. And in one way or another, I just want to tell Hulda that this is a challenge. Any person that you had running against you should be someone running with you at this time. So when you get in office, encompass all the ideas that they had with them. Work with them, because that is the strength that you're going to gather. And more than that, I'm just so excited because the fact that this is a youth for the very first time, a woman getting this seat. I am just so excited about this. And I want to say that whatever it is that we can do as a community to be able to put everything together, may we support Hulda as she gets into this seat. And Hulda, wherever you are, congratulations. You deserve it. This was a hard contestation. I mean, it was really huge, but you got it. But when you get into office, remember the vows that you give, and you better administer them as they are. But also remember, it's okay to fail, but because we are going to be behind you. It's okay to fail, because that is the only way you learn. This has been one of the best exercises ever, one of the most contested seats in the history of Mwanyagetinge. And I want to say that history has been made, but at the same time, it's not yet over. We just began.
Susan is preparing to come on. We think that's London. If I have, can you hear me, Sarah? Do we still have Sarah? I think we lost Sarah. Ben, do we have Sarah? It's okay. If we don't have Sarah, then and as we wait for Susan to make that comment as we finish.
Let Sarah not log in back because they are using Susan's code. So let Sarah not log in back so that Susan can come. Susan is ready.
Okay, you bring her on. Let me have Dr. London talk for a minute, and you can bring Susan on screen.
And Dr. London also is having Dr. Pam's number. I don't know why, guys, they don't choose their numbers and then they just click on the link, not the password. You should look at the link and the password. Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Ari.
Okay, so that means London is frozen?
London and Pam are now using the same number.
Okay, but do we have Edwin?
Dr. Edwin is here.
So in the meantime, I think there's an opportunity for us to again tell the viewers to go to Facebook and obviously subscribe to our page. It's right down there, kdrtv.com/Facebook, obviously, and then on Twitter as well, and YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. And don't also forget that we're working in partnership with our partners at Diaspora Care. Make sure that you as well follow them on their link that is also provided. If we don't have Susan, you can play the commercial. Then do you have room for that commercial break? Okay. As you do so, that's fine. Feel free to interrupt us. Adrian, talk about Susan as she comes on. The fact that she decided to come on to make a concession speech, and we've been talking about Obomo unity. That means a lot, really.
You know, if I was in Susan's place and I listened to the speech by Hulda, even though I lost, I would be very excited to be alongside her as you know, even as she takes the mantle as president of the organization. So I would imagine that Susan is itching to say how proud she is of Hulda for her victory, and at the same time pledging to sort of support her and be a part of the next journey of Mwanyagetinge's journey.
Ben, please
for that matter.
Okay. Ben, do we have Susan ready, please?
She's almost here. Let's just go for a commercial break, then she'll be ready.
Okay, good. Okay. Do we have her on, Ben, now?
She's logging in. Just give us a few seconds again. Go ahead with Dr. Bugonko.
Okay, so again, let's just Eden, remind the people to subscribe to your dashboard. So to say something as she logs in.
Tonight's election coverage is brought to you by Diaspora Care. Diaspora Care is a digital platform that allows you to continue to invest in the healthcare of your loved ones. So if you have a person who is sick at home and they have a prescription, if you are on our platform, you can pay for that prescription so that you ensure that 100% of the money you're sending actually goes towards that purpose. We are collaborating with a lot of organizations out there in Kenya, and Diaspora Care has connections with Equity Bank, with Good Life Pharmacies, with Kenya Commercial Bank, their organization of doctors and pharmacists, and trying to make sure that you can seamlessly pay for the healthcare of your loved ones from the comfort of your phone. And really the whole genesis of this is because the data shows, that's from the World Bank, that up to half of the dollars sent as remittance ends up in the wrong hands. So that half of it, if you send $1 for healthcare, 50% gets diverted. So this is a platform that is addressing that, so that you can have visibility on your mobile phone, you can have control of the money you send, especially if it's the health of your loved ones. And you can check them out at www.diasporacare.com, and that is www.diasporacare.com.
We know how stressful it can get to take care of the healthcare needs of your loved ones, especially when they live far away from you. Money transfer services have expensive fees. They cannot ensure that your money is spent on the intended healthcare needs. And there are many questionable pharmacies that sell low-quality, unsafe, and even counterfeit medications. That is why we created Diaspora Care, a secure, quick, and cost-effective way to pay for the medications of your loved ones through our network of accredited and registered pharmacies. So here's how it works. Meet David. He lives far away from home. Unfortunately, his mother was recently diagnosed with diabetes, but she can't afford her new medication. So after funding his Diaspora Care account, David enrolls his mother as a beneficiary, and a unique PIN code is issued. Think of this as a digital voucher that David paid for in advance. David's mother presents the PIN code at one of our accredited and registered in-network pharmacies. The cost of her medication is deducted from David's account, and his mother can walk in and out of the pharmacy with the medication she needs. It's as easy as that. David can also assign his uncle who lives close to his mother as a caretaker to help her follow the new diabetes treatments. For extra security, David can also create one-time PIN codes and manually confirm and approve medication purchases too. It's easy to send more money home and hope they got spent on buying safe medication. But what if you can have control over how your money is spent, gain access to safe and quality medication, and purchase multiple medications for multiple family members who are in need? Your money goes a lot farther, and healthcare becomes a lot more inclusive. Diaspora Care was created by Diaspora.
Can you see that? Okay, so I think we do have Mr. Castoni. Good to see you. I like. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Henry, good to see you as well. My sister.
Thank you. Now you can go ahead. I'm out.
Okay, so good. It's good to see you, both of you. So Susan, it's good to see you for our viewers. Susan Mabera is there. Congratulations, Susan. Thank you for checking the you. I don't know how much I can explain. I call you later. Thank you for doing this. You are a very beloved sister in the community, no doubt about that. I think you know that. You massive support. Henry, Castoni, thank you for standing by. Jacob, where is Jacob? Can Jacob come to the screen? Where's Jacob? I want to have Jacob. Oh, where's Jacob? Is so, but thank you. Obviously, I know you love the community. The community loves you back, and obviously the fact that you've decided to come to make a concession speech says a lot about who you are. You made it easier for the community, and I think in return, we as a community will come back. Okay, I wanted to talk about the brother's keeper and the sister's keeper. That's why I wanted to have Jacob in, but okay, you can go ahead. Castron, is she able to talk?
Yeah. Yes, what's up?
So, for the community, please introduce your sister.
Okay. Hello, good evening, viewers. My name is Jacob Mabera, and I'm a resident of Program Park, Minnesota. Thanks, KDRTV, for having us on this evening. And my sister's name is Susan Mabera, and unfortunately, as you are aware, that she's not able to speak due to her condition. And the doctor's the doctor's prescription was for her to raise her vocal cords, but she's here with us this evening, and she's prepared a speech, and we're going to be having one of our campaign managers read that speech to the entire Mwanyagetinge community, and we'd like to thank those who stood with us in this tough fight. We appreciate all the help that you provided us, and we'd like to congratulate Hulda for our victory tonight, and we're asking and urging the entire Mwanyagetinge community, both Susan supporters and Hulda supporters, let's come together as a community. We all one. Omugusi na mama tole. Tomo ntoya omotole rende toka tabanga twensi tochamo. Toka ndreli Mwanyagetinge kuchimutwe. We appreciate the opportunity for this evening. And my sister is not able actually to speak, but we go ahead and a speech has been prepared for her. And I go ahead and turn it over to Gaston, and he will take over. Thank you.
Gaston.
Yeah. Good evening, all members of Mwanyagetinge. My name, as you heard, is Gaston Yamari. I'm a resident of Minnesota. Without wasting much of time, I would like to thank all the people of Mwanyagetinge from both camps, team of Susan and the team of Hulda, for the good campaign. We have taken this event for almost 2 months, but I think we have come to the conclusion. And we thank to everyone who put his or her time to participate in this event, especially the Electoral Commissioner and the rest. Here now, I would like the speech from Susan herself. As you heard, she cannot speak, and so that's why I'm reading the speech on her behalf. I would like to thank the Caretaker Committee, the Electoral Commission, the team at KDR TV and the KJR TV, and the entire Mwanyagetinge community. In a contest as long and difficulty as this campaign has been, Hulda's victory tonight alone commands my respect for her ability and resilience. Hulda has achieved a great goal for herself and for Mwanyagetinge community. I applaud her for the win and offer my full support. I urge all Mwanyagetinge members who supported me to join me in not only congratulating Hulda, but also offer our next president our goodwill and earnest effort to find ways to come together, find necessary compromises to bridge our differences and restore our unity to better the Mwanyagetinge community. Thank you all, and God bless you. And that's the speech from our candidate. And as also on my part, I will congratulate all our team for the entire work they did. And also, I will not hesitate to say we are here to support you, Hulda, and anytime we are with you. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
So I think,
Dr.
go ahead, go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, as a family also, the Mabera family would like to thank the entire Mwanyagetinge community, those who voted for Susan, and those supporters of Hulda, and also the support of Jared. We don't want to forget our brother Jared. He's a young energetic man who has a bright future ahead of him. And we'll support Hulda going forward so that we can have unity in Mwanyagetinge. That's what we're looking for, is for our community to come together as one. And as the Mabera family, and as Susan has verbalized in our speech that was read by Gaston, that she will work with Hulda and will make sure that
as a family, we will support Mwanyagetinge to go on to the next level that Hulda is going to take our community. And thanks for the opportunity tonight, Dr. Kari and KD at CV. And we ask that you continue praying for Susan. She's making a little bit of strides, and the doctor is still saying that she needs a little bit more time to rest her vocal cords. So we ask for your prayers that she can recover soon and continue the community work. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very, very much. I think that's what we call the brother's keeper and sister's keeper. I think when I see Jacob holding the sister and the sister holding return, that says a lot and about who we are. Pam, that's a very good gesture. I think like Susan is making it very easy for us, and I know you're emotional, but just hold your emotions and make a comment and obviously a word to Susan and the community.
We are praying for Susan and we are wishing her speed recovery. She's got this. She's got this. We just have to continue praying for her, praying for the family. She just have to take the directions from the doctor, and I'm just hoping that things will she will get well.
Very good, thank you. And Dr. Bogongo?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I expected Susan to let extend a hand of congratulations and a hand of friendship and support, and her speech exemplifies exactly that. Contests in the context of an organization like Mwanyagetinge are not sort of a life and death or winner take all kind of deal. I think it's a way for us to encourage leaders in our community to emerge. And trust me, when you've been in positions of leadership, you think you know until you get there and you learn that there's so much more that you don't know. And so to hear her, even in her state of health, go ahead and say, hey, I'm available, I think is very good. We wish her a speedy recovery.
I think it will be, I want to close here, but I think the lady should finish. Your last word, Pam. Pam, are you there? Okay, looks like Pam is now there. I think with that will, I think it's 9 o'clock. With all due respect, I think that will conclude our coverage. And as we do so, allow me to take the opportunity to also congratulate the winner, Madam President-elect Hulda. Congratulations, and your entire team. For those who didn't win as well, we love you. Your team, hopefully, will work together to make sure that we move this community forward. I'm going to also take an opportunity to thank the panelists who are on today, particularly Dr. Mugongo. Thank you so much for coming in. Dr. London, I appreciate you. Also, Dr. Pam Mutaka, thank you very much for all you did tonight. Also, Sarah Kindo, thank you for doing that. And also previous panelist, Professor Tisho, thanks for coming on the show. And all those who really came on KDL's TV to make the story reach every person. So I want to thank you very kindly. I also want to thank the Electoral Commission as well. We've been in touch. I think with the communication, particularly you, Evans, you did a fantastic job. We appreciate you. Both campaigns for Hulda and campaign for Susan and Jared, I also want to thank you very much. And also don't forget to appreciate the outgoing administration led by Chui. I think 8 years in office was great. Thank you for all you did. And as you go to the next chapter, just remember that you also have a story to tell. Also, I want to thank the community here in Minnesota. I think if we didn't have coronavirus, I don't know exactly what kind of campaigns we're going to have, but I think what you've shown is who are and who we should be really going forward. I want to thank also our brothers and sisters from across the country. Appreciate you in Michigan, in East Coast, in Texas, in Atlanta. Thank you for joining. We appreciate that, and hopefully we'll make a story out of this. I can't also thank enough our friends and partners at Egesa FM. Nana, here is Sarah. Sarah, please extend our appreciation to Nana. I know she didn't get on, but tell her we will have an exclusive interview with her and our team at Egesa FM because we want to make sure that we build a very strong story for Omogusi. So Sarah as well, thank you, and extend that to Nana and our team. I can't also thank enough our entire crew here at KDL TV, Executive Director, Engineer, is engineer, not technician, Bernard Kebuato and family and his son. It's just two people working from behind the scenes to make sure that this comes really live to you in the way that it's done. So thank you, Ben, for all you're doing for the community, and I'm sure together we're going to make a big story. But before I end, look at down there. It's kdltv.com. Please like us on Facebook and make a comment. Give us constructive feedback. We want to know how we need to improve on this. Also, go on YouTube and subscribe. As well on Android and on Twitter, please join us there as well. So I think that's it from us here. Congratulations to the winners, and for you all in the community, sometime next week. Yes.